An email.
Oh, man. Where's Callista? I need to ask her medical advice.
What is this?
You need to ask her medical advice. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I wish
I
wish
do
I
that
had a
all the
club.
time now. I just switch it on and wait till you guys notice.
It's been the best. I love
Say
watching
dumb
everybody just
thing.
like
I don't.
still going off.
Yeah, but see, only someone who gave a shit would care.
I think I'm the only one in the stream watching right now, so it's fine.
Yeah, that works.
If they don't know I'm insane by now, they never will.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was some kind of glow.
Trying
I'm
to...
still creating my character in Hero Forge, so. So I have a rapier on my hip, a spine shield on my left arm, a staff on my back, and a rifle in my right hand.
You're bringing the whole kit with
yeah,
you.
the whole Valev's looking pretty badass right now. It's
I
the best.
mean, it's a good thing those.
Oh, you know what the funniest? Do you know what the funniest clothing on Hero Forge is?
Huh.
Is if you just give them a loincloth, it's like super giant around the waist. It looks like a huge diaper.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't.
hilarious.
It's not much of a loincloth, is it?
No, they really need to like.
Work on
I don't know.
that,
Take some
yeah.
pixels out of it. I don't know what you do with it.
Why don't they have bears for mounts? Come on, Hero Forge. Jeez.
I know you think bears would be a given considering the popularity.
Right? They even have bearkin.
Mhm.
Let's go. Do this.
We're not the only group that has a menagerie that runs along with them.
Mm-hmm.
A menagerie.
You should hear our Friday night game. Oh my gosh, Driving Rain. I have Blaze, of course, but then I have an ice squirrel. We have an electric owlbear cub. What else? I think somebody has like it's like a little sloth-like creature. Somebody has like a little like cat-like creature that's
It's
a
not
ring.
D&D. It's called TTRPG Zoology.
Exactly. We have all these weird fae like animals that are just so crazy. It's just, oh my gosh.
Oh, they are.
Now I'm having
I
to
love it.
of going through and picking the pose. It's
Yeah,
just-
by the
And we have a golem.
Hero
By the time you
Forge.
get-
Hero Forge is perfect for people like me and Cesare that have horrible OCD issues. Everything's got to be dialed in
Oh, yeah.
just right.
You know what? The length of the arms is just not right. It just
I know,
says,
right?
we need
It's
this-
off by at least half a millimeter.
the proportions with the length of the rifle and the size of the shield. You know what? I'm not feeling this. I might have to change the rapier to a short
Wait,
sword. Just to
I've heard that joke before. The length of the shield plus the size of the rifle equals what?
Nothing.
Never mind.
Nothing. Whatever.
Nothing. Whatever.
guys.
Whatever. Arena
Oh,
is
hey.
here.
Hey.
Yay.
Hey, you guys were definitely missed at the war. Big
Hands of
time.
Mercy, really?
Like 20
Really?
people 20 people came up to me and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to like the Hands of Mercy after this. And I go, no, you're not. And they're like, why? And I said, because they ain't hear this war. And there's like, then like everybody within a 20-foot radius said, oh.
We can't social distance and give a massage.
Yeah, you
I
can't
know.
do it.
I
Doesn't
know.
work that way. Physics is
Yeah.
still a thing.
They understood,
Wear
but
a
they were
mask.
a lot of fighters were sad because we were hurting bad.
I can wear a mask. I can wear a mask here. It's hard enough wearing a mask in air
Air
conditioning.
conditioning,
Yeah.
right?
But
Oh,
wearing a
fair.
mask in a tent where there's
Ew.
no airflow, it's just
Fair.
I
So-
can't.
For fighting,
No.
like you had to
I
wear a mask
understand.
out there, and then you could take it off and put your helmet on and go fight. And then they give you a break to like drink water and stuff. You're like drinking water, and they're like, "Put your mask on, put your mask on." I'm like, I'm drinking water. So
shut
the
up.
whole time I just had a bottle like this, and anybody gave me a dirty look, I went, because I can't breathe. How can you catch your breath after doing stuff with a mask on?
Right.
You can't.
Well, that
And you're
Imagine
sweaty.
How they felt in full
Right.
plate.
Which is why I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm like 6 months pregnant, wearing a mask in a tent, doing massage. It was not happening.
yeah.
No, I
It was
get
not.
it.
It was not happening.
And as typical
I told him it was
typical
up.
October war, the really good weather kicked in today.
No,
Oh.
it's the best weather I ever fought in.
Really?
And when
Oh
I
yeah,
took-
it looked
yeah,
beautiful.
We
It
took
looked
a-
beautiful.
we took our helmets off, and then this drizzle started, and it was just like, oh,
Oh.
yeah.
this is
It looked
awesome.
beautiful. It was like 70s, right?
Oh yeah, it was actually below 70 the first
Yeah.
day we were fighting. That's the best weather I've ever fought in. I mean,
'Cause
like-
not last year, but the year before, it was like 90.
yeah, I'm
like,
usually
so that's
in
what I was
above 90
expecting.
to like 115 if you go to like
Yeah.
the, August like Highland
So-
War in Victorville.
So thinking about it, at 90, wearing a mask in a tent, doing
Yeah.
massage, no.
No, thank
No.
you.
Super
No.
beautiful weather, and
I'm glad it was beautiful weather, but I had to
Yeah.
know.
I get it.
Yeah.
Big no.
I gave your apologies and everything, and
Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah,
I
and I
appreciate
said
that.
I'm sure they'll be out
Yeah.
there next war. I'm
We
sure.
will. We will be there next war, and I will
Yeah.
have a little baby with us next war
Yes,
that
we
they will all
will.
get to
Baby.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, then I'll get all the dirty looks at war.
Yep.
No,
Yep. All the dirty looks. Can't believe you knocked up Callista. How dare you?
Now just you see him with his
All
little
his fault.
baby and one of those little strap things hanging on him on the front of him.
Well, it'll
Just,
be
you know,
it'll
with
be
his-
you
with
know,
his mug.
Sebastian hanging, and then he'll have Zia on her leash, so he'll have the baby and the little tiny dog.
I mean,
Way
that's
you're
a
putting in work.
that's a woman magnet for sure.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, a baby.
Mm-hmm.
A baby
Okay.
and
And
Zia.
a tiny dog.
And
And
Zia.
Zia.
Little dog.
Wait, where
Yeah.
is Zia? Let me show you her
That'll
dress.
attract
Be
any
still
girl.
my heart.
Zia is wearing Victoria's Secret.
Oh no.
Oh,
She's
God.
got a dress on that says pink.
Oh, how cute.
No, please don't encourage her. Please don't encourage her. This is more than I can manage, more than I can handle.
Dog needs its own character in the
Just
game.
wait till the baby's
My
born.
brain consistently
The dog
shrinks
has its own
every day.
character. Its name is Ghost, and she's way more badass. I mean, he is way more badass now.
It's true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Arena does have a unique look now.
There's a reason why.
Stinky
There's a
and
reason
ugly.
why Arena had a dire wolf, huh? And this is because of you. Yes, it is.
See, Chaz, see what I gotta deal with? It's
Yep.
it's constant.
I mean, I know. I'm aware.
Hey,
I'm just trying
Callis,
to
did you
decide
notice that
what color
Derek's
red I
camera
want
is
his hair.
on?
I did notice. We get to see his lovely face all through game. It makes me so happy.
I go, it's nice to see my teenage players play it. And he goes, what do you mean? I'm 25. I go, with a face like that, you're forever a teen. I don't even want to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Adorable little baby face. Yep.
All right.
Apollo too.
Well,
Adorable little baby face.
these are the shenanigans. We haven't, we weren't live at all last week. Gulshaw was off on his camping adventure all week. And we didn't want to play without Gulshaw because we are at a pretty interesting point. And we'll recap shortly.
Yeah, especially with after what happened at the end of last time.
Yeah.
We lost Apollo. I thought so.
Uh-oh.
Well, I thought so because he didn't respond when I said Apollo's little baby face too.
Gotcha.
That
Yeah.
little murderer, you.
Yeah. So after that, I really didn't. I mean, we really need our paladin.
Yeah, that was
Why?
Y'all didn't have any problems missing your druid barbarian, but whatever, it's fine.
Why?
Well,
Why do you need me?
We did.
because of the fact that you weren't there that night to slap some sense into us.
Hey,
So that's
Mike,
kind of
thanks
why
for
I
the
was
sub.
like,
Appreciate
I was
it.
like, no, maybe we don't want to do it without people now, because that was
Well,
bad. I
now
think
we have
Honestly, Velev wouldn't have been any useful in that. He'd have been like, "Ooh, a hammer! Can I see?"
now
I
we have the
but
freaking.
Velev might have grabbed the hammer first, and then
True.
had to have done the will save while we were there, while we were all there. So I mean, I
Which
think
is
it would've
fine.
been
My
different.
wisdom saves are +7, baby. I planned. for that.
Exactly. Like
Well-
my wisdom save. Okay, go on, Gulshaw.
So now our party has a twin sisterhood of evil in it. So
I'm
yeah.
not evil. I am not evil.
She's
not
just
evil.
a death cleric. She's not
I'm just
Okay.
a death cleric now. That does not mean that I'm evil.
Well, I mean,
Alright,
she's got plenty of room to maneuver. Evil will eventually come on its own.
That's
I
right.
am not evil.
Okay, well,
So you're given an offer you can't.
Well,
Kai's definitely evil.
You could make the argument that it was a little bit mischievous to leave a very inquisitive artificer alone with the two cursed
Right.
weapons of.
Right?
That was so not on purpose. That was so not on purpose. That was not on purpose. I didn't even think about it. That's the problem.
No! Wait, maybe
didn't even
did I
think
lose
about
it?
it.
Okay, I didn't lose it. Good. I thought I
Oh,
just
you
all
lost
the
it,
work I did
Cesare.
on
You
Hero
lost it
Forge.
months ago.
I was so concerned. I almost lost everything I
So-
did on Hero Forge.
Babe, everybody is doing their Hero Forge overlays. You can see Apollo's is down in the left-hand corner by his name.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
once everybody has
Beautiful.
them and posts them, I'll be able to edit them and clean them up and be able to overlay them with everybody's name. So
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to do Death Arena.
Yeah,
very
you were.
goth.
Yeah.
I demand goth arena.
Very goth.
I
Very
wore
goth
black
arena.
just
All
in
right.
Like,
All right,
just in honor of
I'll
Goth
do.
Arena.
I'll do Goth Arena. Yep.
Oh, God,
That'll
I
be
wanna
fun.
do it now. I want to
So
do it.
hey,
I wanna,
happy Monday,
create it.
everybody! Just wanted to let you in on a little bit of that pre-game conversation that gets spun out of control. We took a week off. I had a lot of. I was in the weeds. Between the 5
had fun.
games that we play in the evenings here in lovely Southern California with our online friends, I also run 5 pay-to-play tables, and I had to open up 2 new ones. So I was really behind in some of my content creation, and I pretty much decided every 3 to 4 months we're going to shut down for a week. Get you all caught up on the reruns and just enjoy some of the previous episodes, and then I'm not a big stickler to we always have to be playing all the time. We pace it in alignment with everybody's schedule and everything that goes on. So everything you need to know about us
Hard
is
to
down
say.
below. We have games every night of the week with the exception of Saturday. We do have a one-shot this week. If you're a member of the Discord, you can join the event and play live with us here on Twitch.
I'm gonna play.
Arena actually gets played. She is going to play her level 20 Death Cleric this
I'm gonna
Thursday.
see how badass she can
and
be.
just see how
Nice.
deep that maelstrom goes. So yeah, it is a level 20 one-shot this week. It's based on my homebrew, the Monster Hunters Guild, but we are very meta in our one-shots because I'm testing encounters. Our players are testing character builds, and it's very much designed as a teach and learn, because if you're teaching and learning, it means you might be playing, and that's what we like to do around here. All of my campaigns are homebrewed. Some have been running for 2 years. Some have been running for less than a year. This campaign, Faerun Reborn, was an idea I had some 15, 20 years ago when I was still in 3.5 and wasn't quite jaded by 4th edition yet. The idea that the entirety of Faerun was wiped out and a whole new kind of narrative erupted out of the lore of Faerun, but allowing me to like build this kind of new kind of existence. So yeah, Faerun Reborn was kind of built along the idea of my other 4 games I had going were all on the same timeline or a series of different timelines, but all fighting the same thematic, plot. Those games all wrapped up. One of them just kind of petered out because of the COVID, and some folks don't want to be online; they want to be live, and I'm still working on it. I have I'm doing a birthday party at the studio this Sunday for some of Callista's friends. Their kid's birthday is going to be a D&D dungeon crawl.
It's gonna be so fun.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's going to be level 5. It's going to be super fun and meta. And I'm still working on the idea of prizes. Maybe dice or something, or a mini or something that gets to go home with the kids, because I've only got maybe 2,000-3,000 minis here. But yeah, I'm still working on that. I'm still working on that 11 to 2 live in the 2 studios time slot for hopefully to get a net new campaign going, as well as possibly making it live for Twitch. I'm always toying with the idea of building my own brand new world. I've always wanted to do that, and I dabbled it. The Friday night game is based on Dark Sun. It's loosely based on Dark Sun, or inspired by Dark Sun. That's as close as I've ever gotten to building truly my own custom world. And my hope is to someday be able to build a fully fleshed, out unique world, but it takes so much time to do that. And, it's just a time suck sometimes. And once you go down a rabbit hole, sometimes you never see the light again. So it's just
if anybody's going to commit to, the time crunch of a fully sucked flesh, it's Jason.
A fully sucked flesh?
Fully sucked flesh.
Sorry,
where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Fully sucked flesh?
I'm less dyslexic.
Before we do our recap, Cesare, talk about some of your projects you got going on.
Is any of it fully sucked flesh?
As he takes a drink. Realizing who his audience is.
Right. You said that within my hearing. Come on.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Last night we had Debtor's Gambit, and that group is it's just as bad as this one. Let me be honest. So
That's true. Brandon is like the male me.
Well,
yeah. So,
really, the problem child on that one is Shannon. You got to be careful around
Vince,
her.
Come on.
No, Vince is way too subtle.
Yeah,
too subtle.
yeah,
Shannon is like.
Vince.
Shannon's like whips
Vince
and chains.
Instigate.
And then she gets up in the camera.
Yep.
He instigates it, though. He creates the environment in which for her to thrive. So projects, a couple of streams here on Mondays, as well as a podcast / video production called The General Adventure Company, which releases on Tuesdays on YouTube, and is also we have all the social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. Information in that is down below. It's a D&D 5e production, and I get to play a Dragonborn Ranger Rogue, Gloomstalker, which is really fun because he's basically Batman. Gets to be all broody and but funny thing, he had a great childhood. parents are still alive.
Yeah, you took a Gatharn background. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, because you know, tropes get overplayed sometimes, and when other people are gonna have similar types of things, you're like, you know what?
I'm gonna go
Everybody's got
with
childhood
well-adjusted and happy.
Well, hey, never said anything about either of those.
Arena's parents are dead.
Well, thank you.
Case in
Here's a
point.
nice cold
Some
bucket of
point.
ice water for you.
ALS
She definitely has the tropey, background.
You know what? If you want to try and like create these arcs that are going to be really difficult to overcome, childhood trauma is the way to start. So,
Very true. And Kai, talk to us about some of your projects you got going on right now.
Well, yep. The seat at the table is still. We're redoing it. We're kind of changing up the format of it, but that's a secret, so I'm not talking about it because we haven't come out publicly with what our new plans are yet.
Very cool.
So, yeah, so it's going to be a fun little network. And then basically every other Sunday, I am still on Twitch with my group playing the Fallen Camelot. Every now and then we play a Humblewood when we don't have everybody to play. And that's really, really fun. It's Thushard Tabletop, which is, it's kind of like D&D and Roll20, or it's kind of like Roll20, but like I can do it on my phone, move my piece around a map and use my character sheet, do all of that stuff on my phone. So
Nice.
I really have to commend the people who created that, and hopefully that becomes a bigger platform to play off of because it's really nice. And then Friday, every other Friday, I'm also live streaming also. Also just playing whenever I can. Just fun.
Cool.
I jumps in those one shots as often as possible.
And
Yeah, I mean to play this Thursday if it's not already full.
there's 4 accepts. I mean, I always tell everyone once Wednesday rolls around, everybody can hit the tentative or accept button just in case, because we always have people that at the last minute something comes up, which is why we always like to have people on standby. So don't even worry about it. Plan on playing. I think there's still a 5th open seat. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Thursday. If there's let's see here.
Nope,
How many
we got
spots
5.
available left? Oh damn. Look, it looks like there's already 5 tickets. So that's too bad.
Kai, push the tentative.
yeah, hit the tentative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Yep.
You never know.
Tusk might sleep through it.
I don't know. He said he took a nap today, so we might be fortunate. Ed Gulshaw, I know you haven't been doing much artwork lately, but down below is the dark designs on. He's not wearing one of his infamous shirts. He's in recovery mode this week, But go check out that link. Other than that, Apollo, you still got your project going on these days? You're muted. You're still muted.
Who's Apollo?
The curse.
Shoney's muted.
But it's probably his headset.
Probably.
It's probably his headset. Because, the curse of the headsets always strike. Check your Discord.
That's why I don't use. I
Check
use
your
my
Discord
microphone.
settings. It probably defaulted to a different microphone.
Hello.
Hopefully he can get that fixed. Derek is back from firefighting duty. He came back 2 weeks ago, actually. I'm assuming you put out all the fires, Derek? That's why you're back?
Yeah, we were mostly in the town anyways, so
Cool.
I mean, it wasn't too bad for us anyway.
Cool.
That's good.
Like Apollo is restarting
Oh my gosh.
because of his microphone, be my guess. Oh, your gosh.
Although-
Belev just put up his Hero Forge. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute.
Isn't it cool? I like the Scottish kind of like beret thing. The Highlander.
I think that's his hair.
That is hair?
I think that's his hair.
Holy shit, it is. I thought it was a hat.
Yeah, sorry. Derek, go on. We
Yep,
interrupted you.
that's his hair.
Oh,
Ah,
that's
don't
funny.
worry. No, I was
That's
just gonna
cool.
say I saw more bears while I was up there for 2 weeks than I have in my entire life.
Bears? There were bears up there?
Well, it's the
Yeah, the
wilds. You know,
The
bears
dumpster
live in the
right next
wild.
to where we were staying. Literally, there was just a bear sitting in there, and if you had to throw out your garbage, you had to literally walk in front of it and just toss it, and then it goes straight to that bag just to see what's in it.
I don't think the bear was in the wild if it was next to the dumpster.
The dumpster was in the wild.
I don't think the dumpster was in the wild. It was not a rare spawning of a dumpster in the wild.
I'm pretty sure it's what we call a dumpster fire.
I don't know. I have a picture. I have a video of one of those.
A dumpster fire? Is
Fire.
it like a dumpster mimic? Is that why you have
No, it actually
No.
looked like a fire elemental in a dumpster.
Oh,
Gross.
wow.
I will see if I can post it in Discord. Let me find it. Sorry, because
Just
I
wait
was
for
in
test.
Vegas.
Just hoping the test comes back before midnight, but we'll see. There he is. He's
There
back.
it is.
Well, he was back. There he is. Now he's back. Or trying
He's
at
back.
least.
It's just catching up. It's catching up.
Try out that microphone there, Tusk. Of course, now you might not be able to hear. You there? Is your headset
Okay.
pooping out?
Cherry
Did he try-
boy.
Did you charge it? Let's
Evidently, his
see.
mic is not working, so he will have to type in Discord when he needs to do things.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Which,
Okay.
for online games, having a good headset might be important. Oh yeah, there's the dumb. Yeah, I remember that picture. Yeah,
Right?
I
Doesn't that look like an elemental? It's like an angry fire elemental
Yeah.
raising its fist and shaking it at us.
Hey, Tusk, when you get a chance,
He has
email
his
or
headphones off.
oh yeah, he does.
Sorry.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and recap then. So we get this started. It's already 7:30. Which means if he doesn't put his headset on, he's not going to hear the recap. But that's. Oh, he's using his external speakers. Gotcha. So PM me your mailing address, Tusk, when you get a chance tonight. I am going to send you a microphone. And that way you can use a microphone as a separate item versus the combo. Combo headsets aren't normally reliable in Discord. They can be very finicky if you don't know how to manage.
Mine apparently works really well.
Yeah, your new whatever you're using now is amazing because you can hear your voice so clearly.
Yeah, they're the $10 Walmart in-ear, on-ear, or whatever the brand is.
Yeah.
It's like on-ear, in-ear, something like that. But yeah, they're the cheap brand of those, the cheap version.
So let's go ahead and recap. Where we last left off, the team had successfully defended the city of Whist from being overtaken by the Merkle horde. The Merkle avatar made an appearance, took the divine flower of the weave, nearly killed Apollo, as Apollo was eventually brought back by Arena. However, Arena's retrieval of Apollo's soul meant that she had to bind herself as a follower of Baal, because in this new world, Baal is no longer the god of death, but is the god of or no longer the god of murder, but is the god of death. The Raven Queen also retains her influence over Gul Shah, as she remains the goddess of neutrality. These two forces are doing their best to stabilize this world that has been festering and slowly decaying over the centuries, and trying their best to bring it back. But the Celestial Gate is difficult to predict. But Arena the Death Cleric and the others begin. Well, Derek had returned from his temporary imprisonment at the Jasper Mining Colony. The two Dragonborn bodies were taken back to the Chimera Fortress, Fort Chimera, where they were being studied. Valev was quickly whisked away by Wilson in an attempt to try to track down the Dryad. Derek was helping with repairs and the recovery work of Fort Chimera. However, there were some Dragonborn being held, and these Dragonborn were held on purpose because they were discovered after the siege was lifted, and for both their own safety as well as the citizenry of Whist. They were
So much for that.
they were whisked away to Fort Chimera, put into holding cells. There was a brief conversation, but Gulsha, Arena, and Apollo realized that one of the missing Dragonborn was nearby, running for her life within the woods, and they quickly jumped onto the flying carpet and headed off in that direction. With everybody preoccupied with their own activity, it was Kai, the artificer, who took the time and started to study and investigate the two hammers. The hammers introduced themselves to Kai as she failed her saves.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, they had names. Does anybody remember their names?
Oh shoot! I think I wrote them down.
I know. I was trying to look.
I know it was
Wait,
something
wait, wait.
stupid because
The
it was a play on
widow and
words.
the maker.
Maker,
Yeah.
yeah.
Widow
There we
and the
go.
Maker,
The widow and
Yeah.
the maker.
As they...
Chico and the Man.
As Widow and Maker had a conversation about what an exemplary person Kai was, they had overtaken her and also forced the influence of the one remaining guard who delivered all the Dragonborn to the laboratory. Once they were delivered in the laboratory, well, Kai was unable to resist.
And we're making jelly.
And where we last left off, Kai had regained control of her senses. The guard seemed to have no knowledge or memory of what had happened as well, and merely stared at a Kai covered in the viscera, blood, and ichor of many disemboweled, disassembled, shredded, painted walls, ceiling with just the gooey remains of these Dragonborn and the kind of like dark sentient, and there's just a gentle clatter clunk, 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 as the hammers fall out of your hands onto the floor. And the guards, their voice just kind of echoes in the laboratory chamber. "Oh, my lady, what have you done?" And that's where we last left off.
Oh, yeah.
And before we
I don't
go down
know.
that voyage of discovery, currently Gulsha, Apollo, and Arena, you're racing over the wooded canopy, attempting to locate this Dragonborn. Valev, go ahead and give me a perception check really quick, please. As you and Wilson he has picked you up, and the two of you are searching the edge of the wooded area, trying to find the Dryad. You're muted. I think you're on the phone.
Yeah, my passive is 17, but the roll is a 21.
As Wilson is carrying you on his shoulder, and you look, you're kind of like panning the environment, trying to find this Dryad. Something
I'm an
zooms
actor.
right over you. You look up to see a flying carpet with Apollo, Arena, and Gulsha on it, and they're just making a beeline up the edge of the forested area. You hear the Trent
It
go.
would be a lot faster if you just went straight. A bee's a really weird, like, never mind.
The Trent goes, "What was that?"
Oh, those are my friends.
Shall we see what they're doing? Seems
Yeah,
like-
they seemed like they were in a hurry. That was they're probably rushing for some bad reason. A lot of bad stuff's been happening, so yeah, let's go get them.
He watches the Trent just kind of pivots on one of its large lumbering legs, turns, and is now striding these long strides. You hear that as he seems to be doing his best to keep pace, leaping. Yeah, you're just like, you're total like hobbiting it as you're holding on to this tree. It's leaping over these rock bases. Arena, Gulshaw, and Apollo, give me perception checks, please.
I will yell out to them as we get closer, so they don't just think of. They've seen Wilson, but it's still
Right.
don't need any firebolts or other things coming up.
Wilson!
You said perception?
Correct.
He's already made it very
Times
clear he
like
doesn't like
these where I
lava.
wish I had Fire's perception because damn, is hers spot on. I still got a 22.
22, okay. Gulshaw.
25.
Apollo, what'd you get? I think he's got to type
22.
it. 22, nice.
Mhm.
With
It
the
comes up
three
on
of you
D&D.
on this carpet looking right and left, you could see down below in the dense canopy of the forest, there seems to be somebody pressed up against a series of trees and rocks, and the familiar sight of about 4 of those acidic kind of insects that you had fought off.
I thought they were harpies.
No,
It was
the
harpies that were following. Was it insects? Okay.
well, no, you thought she was being chased by something, but you didn't know what she was being chased by. But now that you're
Okay.
closer and looking down into the canopy, you can also hear like heavy footsteps off to your right. And then the strangest thing, you can see the upper body of a treant moving through the forest canopy, and hanging on, you can see where Valev is kind of waving at you, trying to get your attention. You could see these 4 insects swarming towards the Dragonborn. What would you guys like to do?
I want to let Ghost out of the necklace,
Okay.
down by behind the guys.
You know, I just realized how appropriate the name is now.
Yeah, well, now, yeah.
Well, he was a white dire wolf.
Premonition. Hey guys, what's going on? Are you coming to help try and find the Dryad?
No,
And
there's bugs.
yeah, you look at what they're staring at. There's those 4 of those acidic, poisonous, scorpion-like creatures surrounding a dragonborn that is frantically trying to climb up a tree, about 30 feet away from you at this point.
30 feet? If I'm up on top of the tree,
Yeah, I mean 30 at an angle.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, because he's about 15 feet tall, and then at that angle, she and the 4 creatures are about 30 feet away from you.
He's trying to use some algebraic equation to
Yeah,
try
I'm
and
just a
find
squared plus b squared equals c
how-
squared, baby. What's the hypotenuse of
Yeah.
this triangle? Let's go.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hate you all.
Does-
Hate you all.
Quadratic formula, baby. What is does it look like this dragonborn is heavily injured? Because I want to try and do something that might
Yes.
cause a little bit of dash.
Your passive is high enough that she definitely looks heavily injured. You can see where some of the acidic splash has already fallen on her. You can see wounds both in her shoulder, leg, near her midriff. She looks very rough.
Great. Well, we got a cleric here. It's fine.
Fine.
Ha.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
What? You can heal, right? Right?
Yes.
Even if she can't,
Okay.
the paladin can.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I can heal.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a couple shots with my rifle.
Go for it. They definitely
there's
don't know
4 of
yet.
them?
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Oh wait. Oh no, Ghost doesn't get an action this turn, right?
I mean, he leaps
Or
out.
this surprise.
I'll say he
Yeah.
leaps out and jump and lands on the ground with no problem.
Actually,
And-
you know what? I'm gonna do the thing that I was originally gonna do. I'm just
Okay.
gonna thorn whip the dragonborn and pull her up so that she's out of range of any more acid splash. Because if we go and kill them, the acid splash might do a lot more damage.
And the thorn
So
whip, yeah.
Apollo,
And the
so Valev, you're going to try to bring her out of the situation. Apollo's going to probably throw his Spear of Lightning the minute that Dragonborn is clear. Ghost is leaping into the insect fray, and they're already kind of disoriented the moment that Ghost kind of like plunges into them. Gulsha, what do you
It's
want to
kinda
do
scary.
while Valev is readying this action?
I'm gonna swoop down.
Okay.
And grab her and pull her onto the
That's way
carpet.
safer. That's way safer. Good idea. Good idea.
Mhm.
He obviously didn't hear anything you were going to do.
That's a good thing because
I
Well,
heard
I'm
everything
still
he was
shook
gonna
up.
do, but I don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, fair enough.
So that doesn't change his actions.
Yeah, you watch as the Gulsha, Apollo, and Arena swoop in. Ghost has engaged the insects. Gulsha, go ahead and give me an athletics check as you go to grab onto the Dragonborn's arm.
Okay. Where's my athletics? 15.
15. You watch as she tries to hold on to your arm. There's something very slippery on her hand, and she kind of slides right off your arm. Valev, go ahead and roll to hit with your Thorn Whip, please.
Can I make it a vine whip?
Fair enough. You can.
Actually,
You can.
let me see if I have a grasping vine. Something that is less lethal.
It will be
I
an
don't want it to
easier
be-
death for her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
want it to
not
be a
kill her.
thorny-
Let's not.
That's not the intent. I'm trying to be a non-lethal thing.
Better
so
than
instead of
being sprayed
thorn
with
stuff-
acid.
That's true.
Dragonborn murder guilt.
Yeah, 24.
24. You watch as this vine kind of lassos around the ribcage and waist of the Dragonborn and gets kind of flung up into the air. Valev kind of releases
Three
it
damage.
at the same time, and the Dragonborn just plops right onto the carpet as Gulsha kind of like turns around. As you guys turn away from the insects, Apollo releases the spear, the lightning. Go ahead and roll to hit, please, Apollo.
Let's go. Look at this unintentional teamwork we got going on here.
Oh, it's the best kind of teamwork. Makes the dream work.
14.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
14 to hit.
14 to hit. That no problem. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Poor Ivar. He looks like he's in horrible pain.
I
But
pulled
that's
a
what
hamstring.
happens when you go to war.
Oh no! Do you
Yeah.
want to come over
14
tomorrow,
damage.
Ivar?
He's got to
can't.
make. He can't do it tomorrow, but he's got to make time to come in and get that work done.
Yes, you should.
14 damage.
14 damage.
No, not 14.
30.
Oh, you. Oh, okay. He
Yeah,
rolled it
30.
in D&D Beyond. with
Right,
no modifiers.
without the modifiers. Gotcha. You watch as one of the insects just bursts from the strike of the lightning blast. You watch as the other ones kind of, it cascades off their carapaces and they kind of react to it. Go ahead and give me 3 attacks for Ghost really quick.
Okie dokie.
Man.
He gets. It looks like +5.
Yep, +5 to hit.
21,
That'll hit.
22,
That'll hit.
and an 18.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe their
And
AC
then
is an
it's-
18, so that'll barely hit.
2d6.
Yep.
D6.
I believe they have to make a save.
Yeah. Again. Well. Is it knocked prone?
Strength save or knocked
13.
prone?
Strength save or knocked prone.
Go for it. Keep rolling your damage.
That is 12. And okay, so it's 1 bite, 1 claw, 2 bites. Okay. The first one was 12 damage.
Okay.
The second one is 11 damage.
Okay.
And the third one is 9 and 3 is 12 damage.
You watch as Ghost in his new form, his massive hulking form, just shreds into these creatures. They were already injured from the lightning strike, and Ghost easily dispatches them. But he quickly, remembering what they're capable of, go ahead and give me dex save with advantage 3 times. The other one had already exploded because of the lightning effect.
Ooh, natty 20.
Okay.
So 23.
Okay.
He does a backflip.
What is that's a 17.
That'll save.
And that's bad. 11.
11. So he takes a total of 21 points of acid damage. The first 2 would have been halved to 10 and 10. So that would be 41 points total of acid damage.
41 total. Okay.
Fine, he's got like 200.
He doesn't have
I think Ghost has the most hit points out of everybody.
He doesn't have. You said 41.
Yep, 41 points total. But all the creatures just rupture and explode. The acidic spray of the clouds kind of cascading through. Ghost kind of just moves and shifts and begins to chase after right behind the flying carpet as Gulsha takes it up and above the forest canopy and now has the Dragonborn on the carpet. The carpet's struggling a little bit, but it's managing to barely just stay above the canopy of trees as Gulsha is now making a beeline for Fort Chimera.
I'll yell out to Tusk to jump onto Wilson.
Okay.
I'm
way it
gonna
lightens
lean
the load.
over. I'm gonna lean over the edge of the carpet, and we're 30 feet,
You're
away because that's the range for the necklace.
Yeah.
30 feet, and then bring Ghost up into it.
He leaps up in the air, gets absorbed into the necklace almost instantaneously.
And then, wait for it, I reach down and I touch the Dragonborn and I heal them of however many hit points they need to be healed.
Okay. How much you want to dump
And I
in
say, don't worry, we're bringing you back to your family.
Oh no!
Everybody's ears start immediately
Don't worry,
ringing.
they're all safe.
No, the second he said, "Don't worry," I knew. I was like, "Oh, you son of a."
You watch. That's so cruel, but funny as shit. You watch as
But we don't know.
You watch as
With Lady
Apollo
Di.
leaps on to the other shoulder of Wilson. The Trent kind of buckles under the mass of muscle that is Apollo. And now the Trent is following slightly behind the carpet as all of you are kind of making your way back towards the Chimera. Kai.
Apollo, this is Wilson. Wilson, Apollo.
Kai,
Yes.
you're standing in the laboratory looking at this disaster around you. Derek,
Yeah.
since you're at Fort Chimera, one of the guards comes running up to you and goes, Master Derek.
I'm so happy right now.
The guard comes running up to you, one of the sergeants, Master Derek, please come with us quickly.
Okay.
And they kind of like usher you quickly down into the lower chamber of the fort where the big laboratory setup is. And there,
Jesus Christ!
What the fuck happened here?
you step into the space, and as you see Kai kind of look at you, and there's like coagulated blood dripping off of her chin. The 2 hammers are on the ground by either side of her. There's guards posted out front of the door, but they're not being insistent upon guarding her. Most of them are just white with shock and fear. And you can just see Kai standing there, just in utter shock.
Guy, what happened?
I don't really know. I think don't touch those. Don't touch the hammers.
They talk.
Yeah, get Tamlin in here.
Why did you?
Yeah, she's just in shock herself. Just standing there covered in blood. Doesn't know what to do.
Who are
Get
these?
Tamlin.
Oh, that's right. Derek wasn't here for them.
The Dragonborn that were here.
You remember them, Derek, from when they arrived at the Chimera seeking help, just before the Merkel horde descended onto Whist.
No, I remember that.
I just killed them all. That's not fun.
Kai
Guards!
crying. Is Kai crying?
Take Kai
Kai's
to
Kai's crying.
get cleaned
Kai's
up
crying.
and seal this room. No one in or out.
Yes, Master Derek. You watch as the two guards kind of gently guide Kai out of the lab and begin to take her up to where her quarters are. You watch as you step out, the heavy double metal doors of the lab are slammed shut. A heavy bolt put into place, a lock, and two beefy-looking Chimera Company Goliaths are posted directly in front of the double doors.
What was that, Apollo? Make sure that the Dragonborn's the real one. Hey guys,
Yeah.
make sure that that's not an imposter.
I'm gonna find someplace a little isolated, and I'm gonna roll a Constitution saving throw. You just make up a DC, man.
Okay,
Make up a DC,
go for it.
Trying to not throw
and
up.
then tell me if I fail or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 4.
Yeah, the amount
throw
of
up.
vomit pouring out of you is shocking. As you just let
man.
your guts out in the corner of a, like, almost like a small alcove near the top. And
Sorry.
there's like a hand on your shoulder, and you look up to see Brackus staring down at you. What happened? Why all the gloomy faces? I'm confused.
I don't even know right now.
What do you mean? Where's Kai? Where are the others?
The others went out. I don't know exactly what they were doing, but Kai is did something really bad. I don't think it was her fault, but it's still a.
You watch as Brackus just like watches you retch again, and with deep concern on his face, immediately sprints away from you and heads towards the stairwell that leads up into the private chambers.
We're gonna have to put a disclaimer in the description of this one. If you have sensitive gag reflex to the sound of throwing up, you might want to mute this part of the
You might want to
stream.
mute
I do
Derek.
pretty good, right?
Right.
All right, I'm doing pretty
As
good.
all of you begin to arrive back to Fort Chimera, all of you instantly sense that something's wrong. As Wilson sets Apollo and Valev down onto the ground, he just looks at you, Valev. I'm going to go try to find the Dryad. I'll be back. And you watch as the huge treant just kind of turns away and begins to lope back in the direction of the forest. Gulshah's carpet settles down in the front entry portion of the fort. And there's guards just kind of milling around. There's a kind of apathy. And then you guys see Derek kind of come out of the main entrance into the fort, just wiping at his mouth and just sheet white.
Derek,
My
what's
spider
wrong?
senses are tingling.
You have some bad
It's
milk?
Bad Gulshah. It's really bad.
I knew it. You shouldn't have had that goat milk. It was from like a week ago.
What
Not
happened?
Oh,
Arena.
Rams are boys.
I think those hammers or whatever they are, and then something happened, and all of the Dragonborn that were staying here at the castle have just been.
Wait.
I can't.
Shh.
As he says that, the female dragonborn sits up and looks like and gets off the cart. What
Oh,
do you
no.
mean? What happened? Where's my family?
Let's figure this out. Let's have her go.
I'm gonna
someplace
walk
else
away.
And, yeah.
You watch as Derek
Take
just
this
turns around and goes,
Dragonborn, get her something to eat and drink.
Yes, Master Gulshaw, will do. You watch as another Chimera company member kind of comes up and gently kind of begins to escort the very shocked Dragonborn into the fort.
Now say what you were going to say before.
You and Arena should probably go take a look at Kai's workshop.
Yeah,
She's
no more than
okay? Is
just,
she
yeah,
hurt
go
or
check it
injured?
out.
Was Kai
I
okay?
had. She seems to be fine, but maybe not. I don't know. But you just go look at the workshop first before anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go down there. So I'll walk down there.
Who's all going down to the lab?
I'm going.
Okay. Apollo?
I'm gonna go stick
Gulshaw.
my head
Valev,
in a
what are you
barrel
doing?
of water.
I'm gonna hang out with Derek.
It's a mimic.
Okay. You kind of linger behind. Derek is
That
just
would
like
suck.
plunging his head into a barrel of rainwater and pulling it out and trying to recompose himself, get some composure.
So if he's doing multiple dunks, he's probably hearing, so Wilson and then we went in the and then the dry
Gulshaw,
Hello.
Apollo, and Arena, as you head down the stairs towards the laboratory door, they're sealed shut. A bolt has been slung across the door handles, a lock set onto a chain. 2 Firebrand Company Goliaths, stoic and, you know, these are tough hombres for sure. Looking at them, you're like, they're sheet white. They're shocked as well. Something happened.
Dear.
Open the door.
We have orders to keep it sealed, sir. I'm sorry.
That was a bad response. That's not gonna
Master Derek insisted we not allow anybody in here. That was where his orders.
Derek's the one that sent us up.
Oh, well, that you watch as one of the Goliaths fumbles for a key and begins to
I was
unlock.
about ready to cast a really cool spell. Okay.
And
I'm not in
as
the mood
as
for
the lock
antics.
comes undone and the chain is unfurled and the bolt slid off to the side, watch your feet. And as the doors swing open, there's just a pond of blood from the door all the way into the interior of the lab. There's bits of meat hanging from the ceiling, and you can see the eviscerated carcasses of the Dragonborn just strewn in juxtaposed positions, heads split open, entire upper cavities shattered onto the ground, entrails just spread out. And in the middle, you can almost see like a perfect clean spot where Kai must have been standing and where the hammers were just simply dropped in place. And the chamber is ice cold when you come in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Paulo rolled a nat 1 on your investigation check for a 7. There's a lot of blood, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood.
huh.
Definitely been attacked by a hammer. I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't.
So I divine sense it for good and evil. I think I've probably already done that with those hammers, but I just don't remember if I did.
I believe they were. We knew they were.
I knew from my investigation that they were enchanted, but I didn't know what for. But I didn't need the hammers, so I didn't bother. I didn't bother touching them.
I mean, a lot of the previous attempts to understand them were kind of superficial at best, which is one of the reasons why Kai spent so much time trying to figure them out.
We got arcane, ghostly faces that scream and distend. That's basically what we got.
Yeah.
Before she started looking at them and.
Okay, well, we
Yeah,
know it's
that's-
evil. They're evil then.
No,
So
they're evil. So,
Gulshaw,
Yeah.
give me a charisma save, please.
okay. 27.
27. You're able to control the sense that these two hammers, now that they were held and were allowed to do what they did, you seem to be able to see it, but no one else really notices it. Both Arena and Apollo are just kind of staring at this disaster that's unfurled around here. There are two shadows just kind of hovering over each, one shadow over each hammer, and like a tendril of energy linking to both. And you watch as it's almost as if these shadows recognize that you could see them. They look at each other inquisitively and then just kind of absorb back into the hammers.
Okay.
I want to touch these hammers so bad.
While they've been
Don't
doing
touch
this,
the hammers.
after ducking my head, I'll
Don't
make
touch
my
them.
way back down to the
Okay.
lab because I figured stuff
You bring your
should be
own
happening by now.
Dragonborn.
Eventually.
Valev, you're watching as Derek is now heading down towards the lab.
Oh,
Well, we'll see
Arena,
there.
perhaps you can check on Lady Kai, and we should take these hammers and secure them. Perhaps
Yeah.
just leave them in this room and secure the room altogether until we find a place to put them.
Yep.
Yeah, I won't be touching them again.
There was ghostly vapor
Ghostly vapor.
hovering above the hammers, and when it
I'm walking down with after
understood that I could see it, they went back into the hammers. So
Valev,
Probably
you
not a
instantly
good
notice the
idea.
difference between the temperate weather of the chamber above and the stairwell. As Derek crosses the threshold and you cross and you see it for the first time, it's the amount of destruction and just the way these Dragonborn were killed, just unreal to you as you stare at all of this. And you also notice the coldness of the chamber, just this strange, icy coldness.
Was there another attack? What happened?
it was Lady Kai.
Well, I mean,
Looks like she
We
touched the
think-
hammers and they controlled her and killed the Dragonborn.
Those hammers?
don't touch
Yes.
them.
I wasn't gonna touch them.
Don't you want to touch them? No, I'm just kidding. Touch them.
Do you
Means
want to
if
have
you
a
have
curse?
anything-
As he kind of like puts his hands like behind his back. Like, you know when parents are like walking you through a store and they're like, keep your hands in your pockets.
Pockets.
Don't look with your eyes, not with your hands. Kind
hands.
of like
Let's use that rule here.
Could you two look into a way to figure out how to destroy these things? I don't think they should be around for much longer.
what was that,
Yeah,
Apollo?
we
Keep
may
them
have to-
separate?
We may have to talk to Vert and yeah.
Yeah, Vert
Tamlin.
might be better in the end, Tamlin.
I still gotta tell him about all the stuff that the Scorch and I did. We haven't even got a chance to tell him all that.
I'm going to look closely at the hammers, take some notes,
Give
and
me
I'll
inve-
go to.
Yeah, give me investigation really quick while you do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like walk up and look over his shoulder as he's looking.
I suggest, Gulshaw, before you do that, you might want to put some protection over yourself. Just
Here, use these.
Valev, go ahead and give me an
Love.
investigation as well as you kind of watch what Gulshaw's doing.
I think I'll be all right. I got a natural 20, so
Okay.
I don't have any modifiers or anything, so it's just a nat 20.
I have a +4, so it's a 23.
I say 23. Okay, man. I'll take your 23. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for helping.
You bet.
You needed a 24. You're taken over by the hammers and you kill everyone.
Damn it!
As the
There's
two
no
of you
save
kind of
against
like
attack? No.
look at these hammers, there's no sign of blemish, there's no sign of imperfection. The heft and the handle of the hammers is still very much coalescing with the energy of those kind of like disembodied faces and souls pulsing within it. Each of the hammers, though, you watch just briefly as they begin to absorb the blood in the chamber. You're watching as the blood that they're
Just
sitting
gonna
in
ask that.
is
Knew it.
Oh,
being
that's not good.
absorbed into the hammer.
I cast Thorn Whip on one of them to pick it up and put it on a table.
Okay, give me sleight of hand. See how well you can accomplish that.
There might still be blood on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least it's not sitting in a
Oh.
pond.
No.
I'm gonna say
Pond of
here,
blood.
here, stick it in the bag of holding. Just stick it
Sleight
in the
of
bag.
hand.
Stick it in the bag of holding. That way it's in another pocket.
Oh, these things are too big for a bag of holding, unfortunately.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. They're war hammers. They're massive. There's no way Kai should have been able to wield them.
Okay.
You said sleight of hand. 19.
You
You
find
want
a
me to do
table.
2?
No, just one's fine.
Okay.
You kind of repeat the action, and you manage to manipulate the hammers with the whip onto what looks to be one of the cleaner of the tables that you can see here. Some of the tables are knocked over. There's, body parts kind of lingering in different spaces. And in a minute, you get them up and off the ground. Gulsha, you can see where there's just a perfect clean pattern from where the hammers were sitting. And you watch as the kind of like arcane effect of the handles and the head of the hammers just begin to fade once they're taken out of the blood.
Okay.
So they get more power from the blood of their victims. And they're a pair. Apollo, I think you're right. They shouldn't be together.
All right.
But how do you destroy something like this?
I was thinking the
Well-
volcano.
Yeah, we could take it to the volcano.
Mind if I try something real quick?
No.
I'll
By
just
all means.
take one of my vials of holy water and pour it on it, see what happens.
It bubbles and
Ah.
gives it like a little sizzling noise, and you watch as the water just vaporizes instantly. A strange kind of black and purple and red kind of vapor escapes off of the touch of the water, and it fades.
Does it sound like it's screaming?
No, it sounds like water boiling.
Yeah, I'm all for dropping them in a volcano. That's if we can get them there.
You take him with my carpet.
I can put one of them in my necklace if we take Ghost out.
Kai,
Yeah,
you've
let's
been in
do
your
that.
chamber for about 15 or 20 minutes now. A small water vessel was placed on your desk that you've been using, a rag and a combination of prestidigitation and just cleaning all this off of you. There's a mirror on your desk. As you're cleaning yourself off and trying to absorb what just happened, you watch as the reflection in the mirror doesn't make any sense. You stare at it, and it's smiling at you. There's this
no.
radiating kind of glee in the mirror's image, and you just hear your own voice. Well, it may not have been a perfect solution to a problem, but I admit, that was pretty powerful. I mean, we know how much we love power. I mean, could you
Yes,
imagine what you could
there is
accomplish with those
something.
hammers?
I don't think I want to do that again.
But
I
you
was
love
not
power.
in control. But I don't like to not be in control of myself.
A small price to pay for perfection.
It is. But at the same time, I don't want anything like that to ever happen again.
And now you're just staring at your normal reflection, see little bits of kind of like pulling flesh off and then cleaning the remainder of yourself at this point. You can feel Blaze kind of curled up against your foot. You can hear the guards kind of shuffling awkwardly outside your door.
Well, Shaw, can you remove curse?
Brackets should be going there if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can always send for
Get Bert and Tamlin and
I have to sleep on it. I can't do it today. I gotta
sleep on it. Yeah.
I gotta sleep on it. Yep.
Oh,
I don't
could
have it prepared.
See, I have banishment.
Eventually, Kai, you hear a knock on your door. And you hear a familiar voice, Brackus.
Spell magic.
Lady
Open
Kai,
the door.
may I come in?
Yes.
I'm gonna go check on Kai too.
Come on in.
Door opens. A very concerned-looking Brackus comes in. He kind of leans out, says something to the guards that you don't hear, and then the door is shut, but you hear a distinct locking of the door from the outside. Brackus doesn't get very close to you like he normally would when he kind of like embraces you out of concern. He just kind of stays about 10 feet away from you with his arms crossed, staring at you. What happened?
I think it was the hammers. As soon as I had them, they kind of took me over. I think I don't recall anything that happened.
Well, why would you mess with such objects? I mean, did you know that they were potentially dangerous?
Not at the moment. None of us did.
But they were being wielded by those dark dragonborn, were they not?
Okay, that's fair.
And we knew they were dangerous. They nearly killed most of you.
Yes, we thought we could study them and learn more.
Perhaps a little more caution in the future. I need to go speak with your father about this. This is not something we planned for when we allowed you to join up with the Chimera. This is not okay, Kai.
No, it's definitely not.
And he just kind of looks at you. You don't even need an insight check. There's both fear, concern, a little bit of just that little hint of fatherly anger in his voice. More at himself than you. Kind of like that. He kind of stammers under his breath when he goes to leave. Should have done so much better. And you hear him kind of knock on the door. The lock is undone, and he steps through the door. You hear the distinct locking of the door.
Oh, God.
Arena, as you come up,
You're grounded, young lady.
Arena, as you come up, you see Brackus leaving Kai's.
FYI, it's not a funny situation, but
no, it's
gotta
not.
have a little brevity.
You watch as Brackus leaves Kai's chamber and nearly kind of bowls into you and looks. Oh, sorry, Mr. Serena. Lady Kai will not be taking visitors for now.
Is she okay?
Don't know.
Well, we think she's cursed.
Maybe. But all of you should have known better. And he just walks right past you and heads down the stairs.
Oh.
The two Silverhand guards are in front of the door at this point.
Ah. Okay.
Ooh.
Let's intimidate him.
Yeah, you might intimidate her now.
So I, I don't know, try and look through the door.
Sorry, Mr. Serena, but we have strict orders.
No. Like, I just try and look through the door.
Oh, through the door. Okay.
Yes. It's okay. I'm gonna
X-ray vision.
Yeah, X-ray vision. Yeah. No, I'm gonna send a message to Kai
Okay.
and ask her, how are you doing?
I'm not entirely sure my reflection is talking to me, so I don't think I'm okay.
Okay, I'm going to go back down and I'm going to go tell Gulshaw that. I'm going to whisper
Honesty.
that to Gulshaw.
Okay.
Hmm. Can you do anything about that?
I think it's the curse from the hammers from touching him.
Okay, let me look here on my spell list.
Just turn the mirror around. Sorry.
Am
what was
I
this?
gonna be going part warlock now?
Right, I'm gonna
I can
pull
give her a
Ghost out.
curse. I can give her another curse.
Oh,
Or
okay,
curse.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
have
that's
some
they'll
very
cancel each
dark
other out,
spells. I
and the
don't know about
curses will
you.
fight each other. Okay.
I I have some very dark spells
Let me
too.
see.
So I'm going to take Ghost out of the necklace and I'm going to put one of the hammers in the necklace.
They're going to pick up one of the hammers?
No, I don't have to touch it.
Oh, what are you using to pick up the hammer then?
Putting it in the necklace.
Just absorbs in.
Oh yeah, that's
just
true.
absorbs in.
Okay, you
I don't
watch
have
as
to touch
Ghost pops out, and one of the hammers gets absorbed into the necklace slowly, almost like it's fighting the effect.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay,
Yeah. But you're an item.
Yep, it is. It is an item.
Sentient item.
But it's an item. It's not a living creature. It doesn't get a save.
You get the sense though there's a sentient to it, but yeah, it's definitely not a living creature.
Right. Okay, they're separate now. I'm just gonna drop it on people's heads. I'm just kidding, because it'll touch them and then it'll take them over and then it'll try and kill us all.
Yeah, there's always that.
Yeah. So,
Where's Vert and Tamlin?
back in town. Probably.
I mean, the last time you remember seeing them was they were at the main residence of Silverhand in the middle of Whist.
Which one should I message? Vert or Tamlin, guys?
I thought you were gonna message one of the hammers.
God, no.
Send for Lord Unther.
Blebzal.
Send for Unther? Okay.
Gonna message one?
So I'm going to send a message.
We need an old priest and a young priest.
Do we need virgins?
Oh God! You know what? Just leave that rabbit hole alone, please. Just walk away. Walk away from the innocent chipmunks, please. Just they're
We're
innocent.
talking about Whist here, so probably don't have any.
That's I mean,
Yeah, we
allowed.
wouldn't know where to find any of those.
I mean,
Where's the other hammer at? The one that's not in the
There's
necklace?
one in the table.
on the floor
Yeah.
or table.
Yeah, there's one on the table. They were both on the table because Valev was able to manipulate them both onto the table. Arena has absorbed one of them so that now they're separate.
Hey, don't make it sound like that. That makes it.
He said absorbed.
Don't make it sound like that.
Couldn't even tell anyway. You're already evil.
I am not evil.
Are there any?
So anyways, I'm gonna send a message to Unther.
I guess I'm gonna try looking around the room to see what I can recover. Not necessarily. I mean, everything looks like paste and shredded bits and here and there's, but like maybe a memento or something. Mementos that I can return
Like
to
a finger or an
Totally.
ear.
How
Oh wait, they're
about
dragonborn. They don't
we
have ears.
try-
There's a
put them-
perfectly intact toe.
Skull.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and give me an investigation
I
check.
will help him.
Okay.
Try and get the
I'm
body.
so happy I'm not down there.
Are you going to?
Body.
No,
Well, we
it's
need
like
to
an
recover
advantage.
something out of this to give to the little
There's
dragonborn.
clothing. There's clothing.
Well,
Well, Derek, give me an investigation with advantage because Valev is kind of hovering nearby as the two of you kind of scour
Hands are
the
still
laboratory.
behind my back.
25.
25.
Yeah, I got a 7 and a 18.
You
so.
do manage to actually find, because there were 5 of them in that chamber, correct? You find 5 necklaces.
I guess it looks like, I don't
15,
know.
but, you know.
There could be a bit more in
Wait.
here.
I thought the necklaces were taken off of them. Those are the shape changing, or no?
Those were
'Cause I thought those were
some
taken off of them.
necklaces that were taken off of
Okay.
them. Whatever these were, you find them, and strangely enough, they're branded. There's almost like a brand to them. They're all identical, and
The
they
Merkel.
all seem to represent like an elemental, like wind shape.
Okay.
This is just great. This is just great.
Were they
so-
air related? They're like an air.
I mean,
brand.
they kind of look like they might be air elemental representations, yeah. And you would know this because when Max left to the Anorak Desert with the ambassadors from Thay in their construct forms, it looks
Fire.
surprisingly similar to some of those elemental creatures that were in that group.
Constructs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna send a message to Unther.
Alright, I'll just put those in a bag for right now. Not one of mine, just a bag, and hopes that I can get them cleaned off and I can return them to the other Dragonborn as maybe some semblance of closure.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we
you
don't
wanna
tell
call
her
it.
that Kai killed him.
Maybe.
Above game, has anybody thought of or tried casting protection from good or evil on Kai? It would give her advantage on any future saves that she might need against them with for like 10 minutes.
We actually have to be able to see her, I think, to cast that.
Yep, it's a touch spell.
Yeah. I'm like,
But-
Kai, touch my finger under the door.
Hey, Big Buck.
When
Oh,
Vert and
above
Tamlin
board.
come and so
That's above my pay grade, so.
None of us have seen Kai since she went off the deep end. So I'm going to message Unther that alright, Golsha, what do I say? Kai might be cursed.
Please attend us. We have
Please.
Lady Kai could possibly be possessed.
Yes. I'm gonna say that.
And bring a
And
young
then-
priest with you too.
And I'm gonna
Rat
say
sacrifice. I mean,
that. No.
Kai seems like she might be hungry.
Oh, boo.
So I'm
Gonna
gonna
go
send
get a
that
small-
message
I'm gonna get a small plate of food and water.
to. I'm
It's Monday, not Sunday there, Valev.
gonna send her that message. Send Unther that message.
Okay. A few seconds
We're-
go by.
Chimera.
You hear Unther's voice. Understood. Bringing one of the young acolytes with me. I'm also bringing 4 Templar guards as well. Be there shortly.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Golshop. Okay, he's bringing 4 Templar guards as well.
Good.
Kai, sitting in
All
your
the help we
room,
can get.
you immediately notice the room is very cold.
Okay.
Give me a charisma save, please.
Okay.
Walking up with a tray of food. Hey guys.
Sorry, Master Valev, we're not allowing anybody into her chambers.
I don't want to go in.
12.
He's just gonna eat outside her room.
Oh no, it's for her, but I don't want to like go in the room at all. It's fine.
You can set it there on the table. We'll get it to her.
I got
So
a
here's
12.
the thing. I'll let guys resolution go as I'm like chatting with them
Yeah,
outside.
yeah. And I'll say, Kai, you can hear this. Your passive is way high enough. You can hear Valev out there
Uh-huh.
doing going back and forth about bringing you food or, getting this tray of food or whatever. And the guards seem to be having a conversation with him. You don't really know where it's coming from, but you hear this kind of similar disembodied voice once again. Well, Maker, what do you think? I think she makes a good student.
Oh, God.
Widow. Yes, but Maker, how do we get her out of here? How do we get out of this place?
How are they doing that? They're in different planes.
Search her mind, Widow. Search her mind. And suddenly you begin to realize there's
God.
tendrils of energy attached to either side of your body as they have abandoned the hammers and attached themselves to you.
Oh, God.
And you can just feel the cold void and empty darkness of the abyss kind of swirling about you. And suddenly you just feel this urge. What's your most powerful spell that you have?
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Yep.
Like my highest level, most powerful.
Good luck, Valev. Hopefully you make that save.
I'm like, other than Greater Restoration and
Advantage on dex
heal
saves,
at
baby.
5th and 6th.
What's your highest? I worded that incorrectly. What's your
Highest
highest
damage
damaging spell?
Yeah.
And you know what I meant, Kai. Don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Don't you
I
try
know
it.
Revivify.
my highest level.
Yeah.
My highest level is healing at level 7.
I can
Yeah,
make a
well,
rock.
it is-
I can make a rock blow.
Like level 5, all I have is Greater Restoration. Level 6, all I have is heal. Both of those are one use. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Probably Ray of Sickness is 5d8 at a level 4.
Do you have any
Looks
explosives on
like-
you?
Explosive
On her?
spells.
Okay, if the
On
guards
me?
went to her room and locked her up and didn't take her weapons or explosives,
They didn't. They didn't have orders to do
Just-
that.
okay.
They were told that the hammers were contained and just to keep her isolated until they,
Remember those 5 barrels of powder she made for us? They're in there.
No,
No,
in
they're
the
not
room.
in there.
No, they're in the lab.
No, they are not.
That's in
Mhm.
the blood-soaked workshop.
Yes. I don't think I have anything. I don't even carry the bullets that I made with me. So I don't think I've got any
We
of
don't
that
make her
on
coming
me.
up dry. They're like, the fuck does this chick
Yeah.
have?
Yeah.
I've got. I mean, I have fire bolt, but that's like just one of my cantrips. Blight, a flaming sphere. Like
As
those I
the
have all up to level
tendrils
4.
of darkness kind of drill into your psyche, you can actually feel them rip a spell out of your mind. And as they rip it out, they begin to alter and change the arcane nature of your firebolt spell. And you watch as the energy expands and grows and grows. Valev, give me a dex save, please.
Damn
no.
shit, she doesn't have anything. Let's pull something out of my ass.
Yep,
I'm
I'm okay with
So-
that.
Never have an ass.
Well,
Yep.
well, I
Firebolt's
know
my
you're gonna
biggest-
have to open the
biggest
door
cantrip.
eventually just to like give her the food. We're thinking that she might be possessed, and I have this spell that could actually help and potentially protect her. And I'm just saying, I just need to like just a little touch. That's all I would need to do, and it might be able to help heal her. Dex save.
Yep.
22.
22. Suddenly the door behind the 2 guards explodes outward.
Fireball.
Just splinters of fiery wood shoot out. You watch as the 2 Silverhand guards drop to the ground with just shards of wood sticking out of like their exposed non-armored area. They look up stunned, bleeding from these wounds. You take half of 22 points of piercing damage, so you only take 11 points of damage as you quickly get out of the way, hearing this kind of like increased
Charge up.
roar, yeah, like this flame-like roar. And as you watch this smoke billow out, You're watching as Kai is now stepping through the entry of the door chamber, and she does not look like Kai. The wreath of fire that's swirling around her, her eyes are yellow and orange, blanked out, and you just see this massive orb of flame beginning to form in between her two hands.
I sweep her by the leg and I cast protection from good and evil on her.
Okay, I like that. Hey, Moonbow Rose, thank you for the raid. Very appreciative. Hang out with us in Faerun Reborn as we are, trying to see if Kai can overcome her curse.
Yeah, I don't have protection
So,
from good and evil prepared.
Go ahead and give me
good thing you do, Valev.
Go ahead and give me a D20 and add your normal to hit bonus to it as an unarmed strike.
I was trying to do a fancy thing so I could use my dex instead of my strength.
Well, are you dex based to hit or strength based to hit for unarmed strike?
Yeah, well, I never really do any unarmed strikes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if he's not proficient,
I do all
strength.
dex stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm used to Zio's monk stats.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do have a +4 for unarmed strike, but I think that is
unarmed strike
it's my
should be-
proficiency bonus, but my strength is -1. So, but yeah, the spell is just touch. The leg sweep was more so she's not walking forward with a giant ball of fire between her hands.
Yeah.
Like getting ready to.
Well,
throw
you got to
it,
still try to hit her.
but
So
the spell is gonna be just a touch. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ooh, that is 22.
22. Your foot comes in contact with her. What's the save she needs for this?
No save.
No save?
Nope. It's just it's a buff.
And-
So it's touch based. Concentration up to 10 minutes until the spell ends. One creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. The protection against has several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target, and the target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throws against the target.
Kai, give me a charisma save with advantage, please.
Come on, Kai.
Let's go, Tiefling. Let's go,
You don't
Charisma.
want to be arena number
We're
2.
gonna battle it out now, huh?
Hey.
Yeah,
She
14.
just caught on to that.
I know, right? Took her a minute.
Yeah, I got a 14. on
14.
save.
You watch momentarily, Valev, as these two shadowy figures attempt to pulse out of Kai, then are immediately drawn back in as this orb of flame just lights up the entire upstairs chamber. For all of you down below, you can hear this massive explosion rattle the entire upstairs of this space. Valev, go ahead and give me a dex save, please.
Oh, yeah. 19.
19. That's the DC is a 19, so you'll take half damage as this flaming orb blasts out for 46 points of fire damage, halved to 23 because you made your save. You watch as the two guards immediately catch on fire as their unconscious forms are unable to successfully dodge this flaming orb. And you're watching as the hallway now begins to catch on fire. And Kai
man,
just
my
begins
house.
to walk
I'm
right
sorry.
past you, almost as if you don't exist. And she's
I
heading
grapple
towards
shit
the
out of
stairs.
her.
I'm sorry.
What do you-
We're gonna go. We hear that. I start heading up.
Okay.
And Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, I grapple the shit out of her and do it again
Uh,
while I'm
she
wrapping her
flaming?
up.
yeah. Give me athletics because it will
Well,
be.
she's already got it
She's
cast
already
on
got the
her.
buff, right?
Yeah.
Does it stop? It
No,
doesn't stop, right?
it shouldn't stop.
No,
I
it's not her
think
next.
as long as
Not while he's
Well,
'cause
hold
he's
on,
got
hold on.
constipation.
Hold on.
Yeah,
First of all, I
concentration.
need you to make a save because you took damage for your concentration
Yep.
effect. Start there.
22.
22. That will save. As you kind of quickly put
Still
out the
glad I got Warcaster. The other one
yeah,
was a
as
nat
you
one.
quickly put out the flames that were kind of catching onto your armor and you pat all that out, you still maintain control. Kai, go ahead and make another charisma save with advantage, please, as you walk past Valev.
Okay, charisma with advantage. That's a 13.
13.
Damn, Kai.
What is?
Oh my god, you need to roll higher.
I'm not
You
even
rolled twice?
rolling-
You rolled
Yeah,
twice?
I'm not even rolling good today at all. I'm just sucking.
You watch
Cool.
as her kind of like just blank stare, this weird kind of smile on her face. You watch as this one disembodied form comes out and pulses back in. Another one swirls out and swirls back in. And you swear you could almost hear something
sorry.
speaking. And then once again, you watch as this flaming orb just pulses out from her.
Are we there
But
yet?
you are attempting to grapple her, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me athletics. Because if you do successfully grapple her, it'll interrupt the spell.
If I want to go toward this explosion.
Okay. Arena and Ghost have already started running upstairs. Gulshaw, you're heading upstairs. Derek and
I
Apollo.
was up there because my perception was high enough to hear the door go off. I was probably up there.
Yeah,
a long
you're
time
on
ago.
you're on your way. I'm going to assume Apollo's on his way up as well. Valev, what'd you get?
Athletics is a 19.
That is a 13. You've successfully grappled her, and you watch as the flaming effect spell just fades instantly the moment that you grapple her. Give me a charisma save, please.
Cool.
Oh.
It's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be a -1. It's a +1. Come on, big dice. 18.
18. You feel tendrils of psychic energy begin to penetrate your mind, and you hear two different voices, two distinct voices. Widow, this one has much power. Yes, Maker.
Oh no.
I sense it. Strong-willed, Widow. Strong, Maker.
Whoever you are, leave Kai alone.
And you watch as the disembodied, kind of like the gaseous forms kind of fold back up into Kai, her blank face just staring at you, and she's just struggling in your grip. And as she's struggling, you hear footsteps as Derek is the first one to make the top of the stairs. Hey, Grouch Couch, thanks for dropping in.
Put her to sleep. Put her to sleep.
Derek, you can hear Valev yelling to put her to sleep.
Since I'm holding concentration on that, the grapple was that. So in this next round,
All the grapple allowed you to do was interrupt her spell and keep her restrained. That's all that does.
okay. So that would have been my action.
Well, we're not technically in initiative. This is just react. This is just playing out.
Yeah. And I don't want to try and like do more in one particular time. So in the next thing that I would want to do, I would want to cast a spell on myself, which is Fire Shield.
Okay. Is that
But as-
is that concentration?
Nope.
Okay. So as you yell out to Derek, you quickly you can see the kind of like thin sheen of arcane energy begin to cover you. Hey, thanks, Grouch Couch. I appreciate that. Begin to cover your surface and give you that protection that you need. Derek, you could see tendrils of energy pulsing out of Kai as Valev is struggling to keep her contained. What do you want to do?
It's really strong for a skinny woman.
Well,
And what's your passive, Derek? It's pretty high, right?
yeah, it's 25.
24.
Yeah, you can't help but notice that the necklace she has around her neck is just wreathing with flame and fire.
All right.
Interesting.
I
Right, Derek, shoot her in the throat. That's exactly.
No.
all right. Since she's restrained, technically I have advantage on this if it comes to an attack roll. I grab the necklace and rip it off and throw it.
Go for it. Give me a sleight of hand.
The second you touch it, a charisma save.
Oh, I already know it's coming. I'm a nature guy, all right? This isn't my forte.
This is gonna be great. It's
Sleight
one
of
of those
hand. Where is
necklaces
it?
from the Merkel.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
No,
Okay,
unfortunately, you
yeah.
guys, only Kai knows about this necklace. She just never told you about it.
Is that a 15?
Oh,
Yeah, that's a 15. All right. 25.
25, as your hand closes around it, you get this searing pain in your hand. Flame begins to form around your fingers, down your arm, up into your shoulder. You watch as tendrils of flames begin to just slam into the side of your face. Give me a dex save, please.
Should have just told me. I was holding right. I'm covered in a fire shield right now. I could have done that and been fine. As I'm like, you should have just told me.
That is a 29.
29 will definitely save. Take half of 82 points of fire damage.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
You see
It's
blistering
really
and
hot.
peeling skin just kind of slothing off your shoulder at this point.
Did I successfully rip it off, though?
At the last minute, you yank it off of her neck. The flame fades, and just your kind of blistered hand and charred skin on your hand. And you're holding this pulsing necklace, and it stops after a while. Now I need you to make a charisma save at disadvantage, please.
there it goes.
There we go.
it is.
Arena
Great. Now you're
Ghost.
going to get taken care of.
You
taken
get to
over
the
by
top
something.
of the stairs just in time to see two dead guards in the hallway. You can see where Valev is struggling to contain Kai. Derek's arm is on fire and seems to be dealing with something in his hand as you and Ghost arrive. You can hear Gulshah's heavy plate mail footsteps coming up behind you, not very far behind you.
I wish
That is a 16.
fire was one of
Okay.
the things that Ghost was immune to, but it's not. So,
Yell
I'm
out
gonna
to
get up
them.
to, get up to Kai, and I'm gonna cast greater restoration.
What's your passive perception, Arena?
13.
13. Okay. Go ahead and cast it.
I'll yell out to them what had happened.
Yeah, everybody's like yelling, and there's a chorus of voices going back and forth. As you yell out, Derek, you feel a cold energy just consume you instantly. And you hear two disembodied voices in your mind. Oh, Maka. This
Great,
one
they went over to him.
has a heart.
Right.
Yes, widow. This one will do nicely. And Derek, you just lose motor controls. You lose function. You drop the necklace to the ground, just kind of clanks. And
I rolled a 26 perception.
for
Do I see that in his eyes?
no, you're busy restraining Kai.
Well, I would have watched him with like the pulling of this thing off. And,
Yeah,
like, the
as
fire
far as
on
you,
his
yeah, as
arm,
far as you're
but-
concerned, he ripped it off and he's now dropped the necklace on the ground. Arena steps up with Ghost. Derek, you just turn to go down the stairs. Gulshah, as you're coming up, Derek just goes right by you, walking casually right by you.
Well, Shaw, stop him! He needs help. His arm's burned.
All sorts
Does
of
he look that
chaos
bad?
tonight.
Give me a perception check, Gulshah, as you hear Valev yell down the hallway, down into the stairwell.
I have a question. What attribute are these beings? Are they fiend?
18.
Too late now, but no, they're not.
Ah, damn it.
18.
18. With a very blank, passive look on Derek's face, he doesn't even turn to look at you or even acknowledge you. But from his shoulder down to his wrist, it's just blistering skin as he just walks right by you casually, not even recognizing you. Arena, you cast Greater Restoration on Kai.
Yep.
As you
You know.
cast the spell, you watch as Kai stops breathing heavily. Valev, you feel her go slack. Her eyes dilate and normalize, and she's looking around like completely and utterly confused. Kai, as you look, the hallway is in flames and tatters. Two dead
Oh, geez.
Silverhand guards near the blasted out door. There's a small smoldering fire beginning to catch in the hallway.
I'll let her go.
I'm gonna ask
And-
Ghost to put the fire out.
Ghost
Well-
immediately begins to do his best as a imitation
Giant
of
warg.
a Dalmatian. Yeah.
I'll go after.
I'm gonna try to, when he walks by me, I'm going to touch him with. I'm going to try Cleansing Touch. Can use this action to end one spell on yourself or a willing creature that you can touch.
As
So
and I'm going to let this be passive. So as you just kind of gently grab onto his arm, for you, everything just freezes. You feel the hammer at your waist immediately in your hand. You feel it just without hesitation. And as you bring the hammer up, you feel compelled to destroy Derek. The hammer rises above your head, and then suddenly there's like a shock of psychic energy as you just feel pure hatred form and coalesce around Derek. Derek, what's your most powerful offensive attack? As Derek is not a willing creature right now.
That would be Wind Wall. Not only my most devastating, but also probably the one with the biggest amount of range.
You instantly cast Wind Wall at your highest level that you're able to.
It's
Might
just
put out the fire.
It's only 3rd level.
Okay. You feel this just
that might put out the
percussion
fire.
of wind just blaze into the stairwell. What's the save for that?
That would be a strength save of 18.
Golshaw, go ahead and give me a strength save. For all of you upstairs, you just feel this massive gust of wind blast up into the area that you're in. You watch as the fires immediately get fanned by it, and they glow hotter and brighter as the wind just sucks oxygen into this small space.
26.
26. You easily stand fast against this wall of wind. Go ahead and roll damage, Derek.
I got 10.
10?
I rolled 2 1s and an
Nice.
8, so
So you take 5 points, I think, of force damage, correct?
yeah.
Okay. Your weapons
Start running
are now
downstairs.
in your hand. Derek.
My what?
Balev, your weapons are now in your hand. Balev, you get to the top, kind of brace yourself through the wind that peters out, and you're looking down at Golshaw, who's holding his hammer and briefly lets go of Derek's elbow. Derek has that same dispassionate look in his face that Kai had.
I jump from the top stair, try to jump over Golshaw, and tackle Derek. Same move as with Kai. Protection.
Wind
Give
Wall's still
me-
active, so you need a strength save.
Give me
That's fine.
acrobatics first.
Okay. Oh, natural 19 plus 5, 24.
Nice. You leap over, the wind hits you. Give me a strength save as the wind just slams into your face.
18.
18. You managed to push through the force wall of wind, taking
14.
7
Halved.
points of damage, of force damage, and you immediately go to grab onto Derek. Go ahead and give me athletics as you go to grab onto him. Apollo, you're now at the top of the stairs. You're looking down to see all this chaos playing out. You quickly, looking down, can see Golshaw is about to strike Derek. Balev has leapt up in the air. Arena's trying to find a way to make her way towards where Derek is. Kai, you're on the ground, just confused, stunned at what just happened.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Balev?
19.
18. Derek, go ahead and give me athletics, please.
All right. This is going to suck.
I only needed to
Sweet.
touch
I
him,
actually rolled pretty low on that.
but the grapple's still just
16.
to continue
16.
to try and...
You actually managed to hold on to him as well. You got one of those like wrestler grips on like his upper torso, like
He's
one arm
lucky I got-
underneath, and you got one around his neck, and you spaghetti wrapped your legs around his midriff, kind of like holding on to him.
Just wait, what's wrong with all of you?
And you're casting.
The same thing, protection from good and evil.
'Kay,
So I dropped the concentration on Kai.
Kai. Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, make sure everybody gets a +5.
For your
For the saving
saves.
throws.
Yep.
So you have advantage and +5 now for your charisma save.
Yeah, and as you're
cool.
doing this,
I was gonna
Valev,
blow one of my DM dices.
Gulsha, give me a to hit really quick with your hammer.
Oh,
No
shit.
problem. Well, let's see.
This is gonna hurt.
That's just good.
Oh, yeah.
If you can pump the largest level of Divine Smite into that as well.
So
He could knock me out in one hit. Like if
20
I was at
20
full HP, he can.
I got
knock
a
me
20.
out.
I got a 22.
Okay, that'll
Yeah.
do.
Tusk
That's
said
it.
That'll
that
definitely
he
hit.
is gonna
Asking
try and grapple
Gulsha,
Gulsha and
right?
ask him what he's doing.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me an athletics, Apollo, as you're trying to figure out what's going on. Gulsha, go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay.
And are you putting Divine Smite into this involuntarily? What's going on here?
I mean, you've always been the pretty boy in the group, so it's a little bit of maybe voluntary jealousy. I don't know. See?
Oh, it's always
I
jealousy
have
when it comes to
Never
Gulsha.
once said that. Like, not once has that
Damn
been
you for
established
having
at any
bones that are
point.
mostly cartilage, you young fucker. My bones break when there's a breeze.
Apollo's athletics check was the 29.
Oh, nice. Okay. So,
How much?
everybody in this crowded stairwell immediately knows, with the exception of Derek, as he is now the vessel for these two creatures. His eyes are just blackened and curling in on themselves, but you watch as Gulsha's the polar opposite. His eyes begin to flare white, this glowing radiance that just pours out of him. You begin to see the Oath Giver begin to erupt without any control as these disembodied paladin-like visual effects begin to pulse out. What'd you roll, Gulsha?
I'm so sorry. 50 points of damage.
So you
Okay,
take
I'm not dead.
As you take the 50 points of bludgeoning damage from Gulsha, you feel this heavy force just slam into you. Go ahead and give
Gulsha,
me.
was that an advantage because he's grappled? Sorry.
Who's
Oh.
grappled? Derek's
I
not
am.
grappled.
Eric?
No, he's not grappled.
I have him wrapped up in a headlock.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's restrained. So yeah, that should be
Yeah.
with advantage. Just see if you crit, because that could matter.
Alright.
That could matter a
Who,
great
me?
deal. Yeah, because Valev is like wrestle
Oh,
wrapped
and
around
Tusk-
him.
Tusk is raging, he said as well, with
Okay.
his 29 grapple.
Fair enough.
No, so it's okay.
It's the same. Okay.
Shit.
So with
Just want to
that,
be above board on that.
Gulsha, you just get blindsided by the huge form of Apollo. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. See if you can contest this.
Lower than a 29. Lower than a 29.
I'm dead.
29.
This might be the
Athletics.
strangest episode of PvP I've ever seen.
It's 20. I got a 26.
26.
Was it-
Was
Was that an advantage because of your or +5?
The
Oh, it was a
druid
check, not
It's
a
a
save.
check.
Just
It's
kidding.
not a save.
wrapped the paladin.
Gotta stop
This
talking, guys.
hallway is very crowded with confusion and people trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
figure out what to do. Gulsha was instinctively striking at Derek for whatever reason. But then you feel this heavy force slam into you, knocking you off balance into the ground. And both Apollo and Gulsha just tumble head over heel into Derek and Valev, who are struggling with each other. I need all four of you to give me dex saves with disadvantage, please.
Ooh.
And
So it's just
I also
regular
have to roll a concentration.
Correct.
So
And
what's
hopefully a
the equation
charisma
for that?
save soon?
So I got
Not
a
yet.
You know what?
I got a 14 on my deck save.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get a 35, so I lose concentration on Windwall.
Okay.
19 on my deck save.
Okay. Apollo, what'd you get for your dex save? Yeah, you should. Yes, it's an effect you can see because you're kind of creating the effect yourself almost by everybody having this contest in this small area.
20.
Nice. Gulsha, you fall to the ground prone, tumbling into Valev's and Derek's space. Derek, what'd you get for your deck save? A 1? You immediately just kind of tumble into Derek's legs, and both Derek and Valev are now tumbling with you, but Apollo kind of holds and stabilizes you. Valev kind of reaches out and stabilizes the wall. All four of you are kind of just legs, arms, elbows, and this effect going on. Derek, go ahead and give me charisma save with advantage, please.
Let's go. Come
And
on,
it's a
boy.
plus 5, right?
Plus
+5.
5. Because you're basically on top of or underneath Gulshaw.
I got a 22.
22. Suddenly, you just realize that Valev is just on you. This horrible pain where this hammer struck into you. These two disembodied creatures kind of begin to float in this contained area. All of you watch as this radiant effect off of Gulshaw just erupts outward. And you just watch as the two creatures just disintegrate in upon themselves. This radiant effect, you watch as the two are drawn into Gulshaw's hammer. You watch as the hammer flares with this strange kind of necrotic energy, and then you feel that familiar effect, Gulshaw, and you guys watch as Gulshaw disappears.
Oh, here it goes.
Oh no.
What's
Say
he
that
gonna
again?
fight now?
He just Gulshaw
Not that we know.
disappeared.
Gulshaw, you're in that same cold space you've been before. You remember that one creature that you did battle with, but for some reason, as you stand in this darkened area looking around, these two shadows coalesce, take form, but they can't move against you. They can't shift. They can't step across. You just watch as these two demonic-like figures, almost identical with the exception of the form that they kind of take along the jawline, the face. One has descended horns down, the other one has descended horns up. They're trying their best to move towards you. It's almost as if they're like mired in some kind of resistance and they can't get towards you. What would you like to do?
Is he in the hammer?
Let's see. What do I want to do? I think
So cool.
do I see where there is there a path like where they've come from like before?
No, this is strange. There's something else going on here. The very effort of this hammer to contain this protective kind of like space for you to deal with these things, it's pulsing. It's struggling. These things are some of the most powerful things of hate that you've ever run into. And they are just struggling to get at you. You can just see hellfire leaking from their jawlines as they're just, yes, widow. Yes, maker. This one will taste wonderful. I can smell his soul. Intervention.
No, I don't like it. I think I've already used it. I used the intervention during the battle, so it's going to be another month before I could use another intervention like that. So, do I feel like I have any control over them at all, like mentally?
Give me an insight check.
Aw.
That's not bad. Insight.
He just found his familiars.
Oh
So
my god,
it'd
no.
be a
Telepathic
20.
link.
It'd be a 23.
23. You feel the hammer twitch in your hand, and like puppets on a string, you watch the two kind of throw themselves back and away from you. Meanwhile, you begin to realize that your vow is still active, and the paladins are still circling around you, and they begin to coalesce and slam into the two creatures. They look confused, stunned, as this radiant effect is pulsing out from you. Every time you twitch the hammer, they shift and move back. Twitch the hammer, they shift and move back. You watch as a small white mask kind of like descends nearby, huge raven wings kind of flapping. And then you watch as a stitch of energy and a portal opens up. And the chaos emanating from that space is enough to turn your blood cold as millions of souls just shriek out in terror in simultaneous effect. It's the very gate to a hellscape that is unfamiliar to you is momentarily opened up by the Raven Queen.
Bring the hammer down!
Wow.
So, like, when I move, I want to totally try to do, like, the Darth Vader thing at the end of Rogue One. And just make them flip up and flip down and then flip into the frickin'...
The only thing they
their
can
whole-
test with you is your fealty and loyalty to the two gods. So give me a charisma save with advantage because you do have them contained for now.
+5.
Does he get +5 from himself?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
Oh, where's my dex? Oh, no, not dex. Charisma. Oh.
Hey guys, I'm dying.
Golly gee.
Well, I mean,
This
know,
is all
I'd heal you
simultaneous, so
when we get
Sure, I
back to
know.
us,
Yeah.
but you know.
Oh, I'll
Yeah,
still be on the
yeah.
floor screaming, probably crippled, because Valev and Golshaw both fell on top of my legs while we
Still-
were falling downstairs. So there's
Still
probably...
choking you out. Haven't let go yet.
I got a 32.
32. You watch as you begin to twitch with the hammer and forcing them, and you just launch yourself right into them. The hammer forcing them to spiral away from you. You're pushing them further and deeper back towards the gate that's been opened. You then watch as you move them closer to the gate. You watch as the head of Baal, the skull visage with the flaming crown, descend, a pulse of necrotic energy, and you watch as the two creatures get thrown into this portal. As soon as they get thrown, they immediately grab onto the edges, trying to keep, and they're now screaming at the top of their voices, just this disparaging kind of just wail of contempt, hate, and you watch as they get sucked in and the portal closes, and
Now, wait, is Ball still there?
you're back in the hallway.
Shit!
Everything around
He
you.
wanted to talk so much shit right now with her for Arena.
Oh, I know.
He wanted to.
You watch as everything around you just fades. You're back in the hallway. The nearly dead form of Derek just lying on the ground in sheer pain. Arena's like rushing towards you, towards Derek. Valev is like standing on wobbly legs. Apollo's like getting up confused on the stairwell. You watch as Kai is now leaning against the wall, looking down into the stairwell. All of you hear a
Is it still on fire?
voice. There's flames and smoke kind of licking, but oddly enough, you hear a telepathic connection from Ghost. I'm doing my fucking best. And, you know,
He's so sassy.
He really is. Yeah.
Wait, was that just to Arena or everybody? Does
Just
he
to me.
have that?
just
Oh,
Arena.
Hey,
That would be cool.
I grab Derek by the hand and help him up.
Not that
and-
hand. Not that hand.
It like
And
chunks
cure
of
him- cure him for
skin.
50 points of damage.
Chunks of skin come off and you see bone and skin.
Now, I'm
Ow.
healing him with a
Ow.
healing touch at the
Ow.
same time. So
Ow.
I give him 50 points back.
All of you hear a voice from down below. What
The
the
exact
heck?
50 points you took.
What the
Mhm.
fuck is going on here? And you can see Unther standing there with 4 Templars down at the base of the stairs, and he immediately starts barking orders to guards to put out the fire. What in the...
Perfect timing.
Well,
We were a little
we
late on
didn't
that.
have as much
exorcism.
time as we thought about getting rid of the curse.
You're like town guards in every RPG video game ever.
And it
Showing up right when
Showing up
everything's
right
handled.
at the end. What has happened here?
Thank God you adventurers were here.
Someone explain.
Ah, you have violated the law.
Unther kind of looks at Valev. I don't know what you mean. I arrived precisely on the time I mean to.
Okay,
There
Candy.
That's another thing to say.
Well,
Freaking wizards.
we got rid of the. I think we got rid of the curse.
Where's
Shaw?
Lady Silver? And he stops and looks up and sees her. And he immediately kind
we
of
go
brushes
away.
by all of you, and he just immediately grabs onto Lady Kai's arm. You just feel this intense energy kind of pour into you, this radiant kind of aura kind of like swirling around you.
I mean, I already did that.
And He looks confused. I thought she was cursed.
No,
Like
I'm
what
sorry.
we said, we
she
already
was.
fixed it.
It transferred. It didn't stay in one person. Derek ended up with it.
That's impossible. Creatures like that don't even exist. What are you saying?
I like to think that Valev is still on Derek's back.
Yeah, you know what? We hear that a lot. I'm gonna go. You know what?
They
Hey,
bounced.
I'm gonna go
good?
find someplace nice.
Are-
And I'm gonna take a nap.
Who said that these don't exist?
Derek, are you good?
Unther.
Okay, I'll get off.
Unther.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, bud.
then they got. Well, did we all see him get sucked into the hammer, or was that just Gulsha?
That was just Gulsha.
Okay, then I wouldn't
so,
say it that.
So Unther said these don't exist.
He said
These type of creatures haven't existed for hundreds of years.
Well,
We hear
Dragons
that a
don't
lot.
exist
there's a lot of
anymore
that going
either.
around.
So I'm gonna try
It's
to
a-
something. I'm gonna take his hand, and I'm gonna put it on the haft of my weapon.
Ooh, giggity.
Whoa.
Giggity. Oh, the haft of my weapon,
The shaft
right at the
The
base
shaft
of
of
the
his
head
weapon,
of the
huh?
hammer.
Smart.
As he
I have Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog going through my head
His
right now.
holy sword.
You
as
guys want some privacy or?
as Unther
Doesn't
does
matter.
that, he seems kind of confused at first.
Just
trying
stand
to,
in the corner and watch like you normally do.
Wait, who are you saying that to?
How else are you
Oh
supposed
my
to learn?
god, that is so much worse.
How else are you supposed to learn?
as he does
Terrible
that,
people, terrible.
as he does that, you watch as Unther casts a spell at the same time. His eyes close, and he begins to mumble to himself over a period of about 2 minutes, and then he lets go.
It's about right, 2 minutes.
Yeah. He looks at you,
Yeah.
Gulsha.
As long as it doesn't
That
take
was
an
quick.
hour.
Hey,
So
we need
fucked
to
up,
speak
guys.
about this later. Now's not the time. See to your friends. I will take care
Arena.
of us. I will take care
Arena,
of Lady Kai.
Yep.
Take the one out of your necklace real quick.
Thank you.
Have him
wait,
look at it.
Wait. We have one of the weapons.
Yeah, see,
They-
see
they
if
were
it's still.
in. Would you
See if
like
it's
to?
still.
Just clear.
Excuse me.
No. Yeah. No.
I fought
Pardon?
them in the hammer. They're banished back to the
As,
hill
you,
in which they
as the
were
hammer
spawned.
kind of drops out of the necklace and clanks onto the ground. Just lead and
Careful if you
wood.
touch it.
Just metal and wood. No sign of the magical kind of like,
Doesn't it have the
embodiment
screamy
that
faces
they-
on it anymore?
no, it's devoid. It's just a simple hammer, war hammer at your feet.
I think the
I'm
curse
gonna
is
pick it
gone
up.
from it.
You pick it up. It's well balanced. It's decently made. There's no
Ooh, it's gotta be
immediate.
master crafted.
Terribly well balanced.
There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
immediate arcane effect on you.
It's gotta be master crafted because it had a curse.
Oh, I can't even. I don't even know if I.
Do
Oh,
I
it's
see
heavy.
my necklace laying on the ground?
Yeah, your
Well,
passive
sorry,
is high
I
enough.
hit you with my hammer, Derek.
You grab the necklace off the ground as Unther kind of leads you back into your chambers.
What?
Guards are taking away the two the two Silverhand guards and are trying their best to put out the fire. Eventually, Ghost makes his way back towards you, Arena. You guys are kind of interdispersed between the top of the stairwell and kind of having this conversation.
What was that? That's what burned Derek.
It was my necklace.
Kai's necklace.
Yeah.
Why did that do that? Did you cast a spell on him?
I have a
didn't.
feeling-
The things did.
I have a feeling that they could transfer themselves to objects and people.
So that
Things.
necklace is evil.
No.
Not anymore.
I think the
Never
creatures
evil.
were evil. The creatures were evil.
The creatures that inhabited it for a short time.
So we should throw it in the lava.
No.
No, it's
No.
okay now.
Uther's
don't-
like,
I-
enough, Lady Kai, to your quarters now. And Uther quickly escorts her directly back into her room.
So
I
much
stop
stuff happening.
Unther real quick before he takes her in there.
Yes, Master Gilshaw, what is it?
She needs to forget what she's done here tonight. If we could at all possible make that happen.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's
Better
a
ask
dick
consent.
move,
You
Gosha.
better ask consent.
Yeah.
Freaking
Nah.
white memories.
I mean, I could do it.
So 18.
Gonna just like carry the hammer and start backing up down the stairs to
So
the
25.
laboratory to check on the other one.
Oh no, you said persuasion. I'm sorry, persuasion.
Yeah.
Where's my persuasion?
Derek, you already
Oh.
left, right?
Okay. So it's
I
a
hung
17.
around
It's
for
a
a little
17.
bit, but I'm done. I'm walking away.
Uther looks at you strangely. You know what you're asking me to do.
Yes, I do. It needs to be done.
He watches as he kind of disappears around and into her quarters. Fire's under control. People are doing what they do after intense situations like this. Milling about, talking, trying to figure out what's going on. Uther
I'm telling
grabs...
Ghost he's a good boy.
Well, I know I'm a good boy. We've been over this.
Just an asshole now.
All the
Just
normal
an
things
asshole
that would
now.
work on a dog. You just
Right,
like,
it's just
you're
like, I know you
condescending,
told
like,
me before. I'm a good
we're
boy.
freaking,
That's
like,
it.
I'm a sentient being. You're gonna treat
Sure.
me like I'm just some lap pup? Come on.
Just turned into a jerk now. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Uther kind of like grabs your elbow and goes, I can't do that. The possibility of what could happen, that is old magic that I have not wielded for some time. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't know what would come out the other side.
Oh God.
I could accidentally wipe her entire memory. Make her a vegetable.
Let's not do that.
Hmm.
Let's not do that.
We'll have to take that chance. No, I'm just kidding.
Arena, you'll have to do it.
Here, let me change Kai's name to
Get
Squash.
us 20 pounds of oatmeal and a spoon.
I'm going to
Okay,
change Kai's name to Squash.
Change it to Veggie
Yeah.
Tales.
Veggie Tales, yeah.
I thought we were gonna have to call her Dark Kai for a while, but anyway,
Yeah.
So-
Almost.
Darth Kai.
very well.
Verida's
She's
gonna
going to
have
be
take
dealing
a
with
level
some.
more loss.
Derek, you found a couch down in the lab, like near the front entrance of it, not inside, but like right in the main entry point. There's like a little foyer with some sitting areas, and you just kind of crash out immediately on the couch. You're not sure where he was, but you feel a familiar kind of wet nose in your chin as Dudley has somehow managed to make it in to find you. And just before you're kind of like petting Dudley's kind of big direwolf mane, and you watch as Valev is carrying an impossibly large hammer, like like a new toy in Christmas, kind of walks right by you and goes, "Oh, hi, Derek," and then disappears into the lab.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if I tried to pick up
I get
that
up
hammer?
and I get up and walk into the lab.
Apollo follows us.
Apollo follows them.
Okay.
I'll follow.
The three of you are now in the lab. Valev, you've got the one hammer. I mean, there's no way you can hold both. They're massive war hammers.
I pick it up and put it onto the table
Okay.
and
Well, the other one
investigate
was
the
still
other
on
one.
the table,
Go
wasn't
ahead
it?
and give me an investigation check.
You guys want to help me? You just gonna stand there, trying to see if these things still evil or not?
I'm not
I
there.
look at the floor that he's standing in blood.
Oh, thanks, Apollo. Ooh, thank goodness. One of them was a nat 1. Investigation is a +4, so 18.
It's a identical match to the one that you brought down with you. I mean, they're both master crafted. They're very well balanced if you had the strength to wield them. But no sign of any arcane energy or any kind of link to what they were doing before.
Visually, do they look any different?
They just look normal actually. Before they
They don't
just
have the faces.
yeah,
and
all
that.
that's gone. All of that's gone.
I think they're safe now.
Suddenly you begin to feel the blood absorb into your body. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be terrible.
That'd be great.
Blood for the blood god.
Could you guys clear out of here for a little while? Maybe go to your own rooms.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not there.
Yeah. So it's these are safe now. So does it? I guess they're fine. Well, we should close this up.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you just go on ahead, and I'm gonna go find a bucket and mop.
Okay, start cleaning up the mess.
Crime scene cleanup.
Yeah.
Crime scene cleanup. Rude dude.
I need something that's not killing to get stuff off my mind, even if it is cleaning up this horrible murder scene. The piece of him over there, the piece of him over there, the piece of him way over there, staining the wall.
Really?
So,
Erica,
Kai,
we
you're
need
led
about
back.
15 Constitution saves.
Yeah, Kai, you're led back into your chambers. You're kind of sitting there watching as the door is being kind of ad hoc reattached. They've brought a door in from the downstairs below. They're, the whole hallway and everything's busy. There's just that kind of cathartic space around you that people are filling with trying to stay busy. But all of you can't help but notice these side looks, with the exception of Derek, who's down below. It's almost as if the brevity of saving the city has just melted away. People are now looking at all of you very strangely, in like curious ways that would not be positively taken. They kind of murmur at each other as in passing. Eventually, they all just kind of. I mean, you can hear them say things like, "What are things?" You hear things like, "Why do these things keep happening to them like this?" And why would they mess with such dark magics out in the open like this? I mean, and then it's just this kind of nattering of murmur and confusion and fear. I mean, fear is permeating. Considering you just survived.
I really didn't know any better.
I can't wait till Gil Shaw hears this shit.
And all of you are kind of just milling around. Derek's the only one down below. I can see the top of Apollo's head. Other than that,
Gulshaw here.
You're all together in that stairwell. You tell me what you're doing, basically.
Do I hear these guys talking shit in the other breath?
They're not talking shit in the way that you think they might be. They're genuinely confused, and Fort Chimera was that place that you guys launched the offensive to take back Whist. And once again, this strange thing just comes out of nowhere, threatening and killing, and it's always just that bit of hesitancy after something nightmarish happens.
Okay, then I'm gonna call a meeting of everyone in the castle.
Ooh, you read my mind.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20 minutes goes by. All of you gather in the main common area of the downstairs area. There's even like a small dais where you're able to stand up and address whatever crowd. There's about 40 Chimera Company people. You could see, I think it's Vimac is the one that's in charge of the Chimera Company. He's there along with Rove, the Aarakocra scout that he's recruited. There's maybe about 15 or 20 Silverhand guards. Brackus is there. Unther is there with some of your Templars. The High Moons eventually kind of show up. And then there's a smattering of stragglers. Refugees that haven't really gone back to their homes yet. They don't really have homes to go back to. As I think we're only on like the second day of recovery at this point. Because Derek has made it back from where he was being held. There's an assortment of faces, dirty, grungy, but they all look fearful. They all look exhausted. which some of you have that same look. Derek,
Apollo plays
you're
music
still
in order
down
to try
below.
and calm the people.
Derek, you're still down there cleaning up in the main laboratory area, which is below the common space that you're in.
I do have the observant feat, so if people have started going someplace, I would have noticed.
Yeah, you would have noticed that some kind of gathering is happening up above you.
I'll go check it out.
Okay. I mean, you're elbow to wrist in kind of like dried blood. There's at least 3 or 4.
Well, I was wearing gloves, so I'm just going to take them off. There's no
Yeah.
way I'm
Full
cleaning
Dexter
blood
status.
barehanded.
Fair
Been all
enough.
blood splattered. What's the meaning for it? Everybody's like, ah!
Another
Plus, I still
one!
have half a singed arm.
Yeah, this is true.
Terrible, terrible.
Eventually, all of you see Derek come from down in the laboratory section. The only person that's not there is Kai. She's still up in her quarters and still under guard.
Oh,
So,
was Burton Tamlin notified of this meeting?
no, I'm just talking about the people here that know about what happened. So,
Oh, okay. You don't need me here for this, right?
sure, go ahead and
Cool.
run along.
Just gonna
Yeah,
head up.
that's sure. Go ahead.
Belev, where are you going?
Places.
Mhm.
Well, two things. I have to get to Vert and Tamlin at some point to try and talk to them before I start forgetting details about the stuff that happened with Scorch when
Okay.
we were gone.
Fair enough.
And then also to the Forge because I want my fucking shield.
I have your shield.
What the?
But you don't know that.
But
Okay,
you don't know
go.
that.
Bye.
So, Belev,
And
you're
there's
heading.
also like 8 other forges now.
As you make your way out the front of the Fort Chimera,
Going to Vert and Tamlin.
yeah, you're on the main road towards Whist, and there's the occasional column of refugees kind of like pouring back into Whist, and the busy activity of a city that's being repaired, and the dead are still being dealt with, and there's plenty of going on around you. You make your way into downtown, the city of Whist, where things are still in chaos as far as the buildings are concerned. Makeshift shelters are being built kind of everywhere around you as you make your way towards the Silverhand residence. You have a suspicion that with the recent discoveries made about the basement doors and the fact that they may be planier in existence, you find yourself making your way towards Vert's tower, suspecting at least one of the two might be there. Gulshaw, everybody's gathered. Everybody's milling about.
Oh, okay. The name. So I have to look up the name of the guy who runs the flaming. Who's the guy that runs the flaming fists or whatever they called?
What's the flaming fist?
Yeah, the mercenary company. What's the name of it?
Oh, that's been changed
the
to
Firebrand.
It's been changed, right?
right. The Firebrand has been changed to the Chimera Company. That's Vimac.
Chimera
That's
Company.
Vimac, I believe.
Yeah, that's Vimac.
And Arena's in charge of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I ask your commander, because I know they've heard what their troops are talking about. Ask them what their concerns are, and we'll answer them.
I'm gonna whisper back at him. Your charisma's way better than mine.
Okay.
So
You can handle this better. Well, I didn't want to.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna
Chain of command and all that.
I'm gonna ask Vimac to come on up to come on up here.
What? Yes, Mistress Arena, what can I do for you?
Gulshaw has some questions. And,
Very well.
Yeah.
Walks up to Gulshaw. It's rare that Gulshaw ever gets to talk to someone of equal size. But as
He's a
the
Goliath.
Look him in the eye. Instead
yeah,
of
as
top
the
of their
crowd
head.
is all kind
Awesome.
of building up and confusion and murmurs kind of like going through the crowd. Vimac kind of his full 8-foot height, kind of coming up to Gulshaw. Yes.
While we're standing on the dais.
Yeah. Yes. Mr. Gulshaw, how can I be of assistance?
I've overheard mumblings and concerns about what's happened here and other places, and I'm sure your men have come to you with their concerns and fears. I'd like you to feel free to voice any complaints or concerns to us now, and we'll try to be honest as possible and answer them to put your minds at ease about what you've gotten yourselves into.
Give me a persuasion check.
Swear to God, I'll hit him in the head with a hammer if you don't help me.
Can I help him with that?
Oh! Persuasion?
Yeah.
Can I help him with that?
30. I got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
You watch as Vimac just brings his big Goliath hand up to his chin and rubs it and looks directly in the eye. I don't think the problem is what people are saying. I don't think the problem is anything in particular. I think people are just scared and exhausted, tired. Up until a few months ago, we were having the best summer ever. We were doing everything we thought was right and good and purposeful. We were staying the course as the speech was given at Mar Chasm. But you can't deny a commonality, a common theme here, Gulshaw. You and your friends, well, your powers are a vacuum. None of us can do what you do. Yes, I can wield a blade or a hammer. Rakis can command an army. Lord Silverhand, well, whatever he is, he can give rousing speeches. But look at young Mistress Tarina. Look at young Valev, Lady Silverhand, Apollo and Derek. None of you are the same, from what I remember before summer started, before the Mar Chasm was opened and the Great Bridge reestablishing the Midlands and giving us all these amazing opportunities of survival. Hope was eternal that day. There is something on the edge of all of you that is unsaid, and all of these people feel it. The darkness peeked at us today. Just a little whimper. It was enough to terrify some of my men into not being able to react appropriately. And that's saying something, Master Gulshaw. I don't even recognize any of you anymore. Not since the battle, not since Whist. No one's ever going to deny your leadership and your friends' involvement in freeing the city. That is an impossibility and would be a lie. But you and your friends have started down a corridor I do not think we get to travel with. I think there is something else for you out there. The longer that you and your friends stay here, just invites more death, more fear, and more chaos. That is what you're feeling in this space. Fear. Good old-fashioned fear. I can fight anything you put in front of me. But watching what you and your friends do, what just happened, that is something I do not understand. I don't even know if I can wrap my mind around it. These men, women will fight and die, if necessary, to keep this place whole. But fear is the worst kind of disease. It's a plague all on its own. It can only be controlled, tempered, suppressed. That is my thought. That is my concern. See the Aarakocra scout nearby kind of rubbing at his beak, kind of listening in on the conversation and kind of nodding casually as Vimac speaks.
So just through the raise of hands, does he speak for you?
Everybody raise their hand.
Does everyone raise their hand?
So you blurt that out to the crowd.
Yes.
The refugees are confused by the statement, the comment, but
The refugees.
all of the soldiers all raise their hands in unison.
Good. Well, I'll tell you then, you should fear. You should be afraid. But it's not our group that's causing this. It's Whist itself. This is a bright light in a vast land of darkness. And bright lights attract attention. An evil entity and its minions at the Jasper mining colony have set their sights on this land. You saw the attack that happened on Whist. I understand that you're afraid. I understand how you would think it's our presence that's causing this. I don't believe that. You see Lady Arena, how she changed. It's because she saved lives. We're taking all the risks. We are taking the burden that we don't want to see put on Whist and on its people and on you. And for having done that, we hear whispers behind our backs. That is not your men that I know. That is not the Whist I know. And I think that you should be ready for an onslaught. It's going to be a life or death struggle, and that's going to be it. Do you want to live or do you want to die? Because the entities out there want to take your freedom, want to take Whist, and want to snuff out this light so that darkness reigns supreme. I and my friends will not allow that to happen. We will die before we let that happen. But if the city leaders and everyone want to get together and have a meeting, if they wish to have us leave, then we will. But I'll tell you, they will still come. And we won't be here to help. And that's all I have to say about that. If there's any questions, you can ask them now.
You look over to see a very broad smile on Vimac's face. The crowd is just cheering and roaring after the end of your speech. There's
Everyone
nods.
gets some gray hit points.
There's nods and shoulders and clapping. People looking at each other with a bit of inspired brevity in your speech and understanding not all things are easy. Not all things are just done because they need to be done. Vimac comes over, stands in front of you, grabs your hand, shakes your hand, looks at Arena, looks at Apollo, looks at Derek, and then back to you. What are your orders, sir? And he stands at full attention, and the minute he does, you watch as all the soldiers in the room immediately stand at full attention, facing the four of you standing there.
All right.
I want you all to be strong. all to give everything you can to protect what Lord Silverhand wants to have happen here, wants to succeed. That speech wasn't about what we have. It's about what he wishes us to have, and what we need to do is fight for it and fight the things that are going to take our happiness, our contentment, our prosperity away from us. All of you, each one of you can make a difference. It's not just us. We started out like you, wishful and hopeful and wanting to have some money in our pocket and some food in our bellies. And each one of you could be a hero. We saw that in Whist. Many gave their lives to protect Whist. And that's all I ask of each one of you, is to be on guard, keep a watchful eye, report to your commanders, and do what needs to be done to protect Whist and all its people.
So with that, the conclusion of the speech, Derek, Apollo, and Arena, you get a free D20 that's free for you to use whenever you want.
Oh, damn. Amidst the cheering and the brevities, before everybody gets back to work, I'm gonna kind of slink off and go to Kai's.
Okay. So you're heading up to Kai's room. All of you just watch as the crowd's smiling, kind of reserved, and all of you begin to kind of like, Uther comes over to talk to you, Gulsha, Arena, you and Apollo kind of are off to the side. Derek heads upstairs. Belev, you're coming up the stairs of Vert's tower. The door is wide open. There's no line. There's just people busy about, kind of cleaning up the streets, doing what they do. You can hear the sounds of repair work, boxes being reassembled, bookshelves being cleaned up. There's at least half a dozen young individuals in here busy. Vert is leaning, his half-orc form leaning up against the wall, staring down the basement stairwell where those two gates are, where those doors are. And you hear his voice, over here, Belev. And you can see where Vert's just standing there in heavy thought, looking down. Well, you look. Everything okay, Master Belev?
Yeah, I guess. I just had to fight Kai and Derek and kind of Gulsha, but you know, it's fine. There were some cursed evil hammers that ended up like taking them over and possessing them or something, and they lit the hallway on fire. Gulsha disappeared for a second, but he was able to like banish them. Not really sure.
Well, it's another normal afternoon in Whist, huh?
Yeah. Hey, do you think we're ever gonna? I mean, I know it was kind of impossible before to even hope to find any dragons, but do you think we ever might find any more?
I think the bigger question is, have they already been found? It's been bothering me. That battle that you and your friends had with that dragonborn in the sky. He was on a dragon.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too.
Where did that one come from? Although it didn't look quite right, if you know what I mean. It didn't have that sense of self that Master Scorch had.
Oh, Scorch said that it seemed to be what he would have become if we hadn't found him.
I wonder what that means.
Just wild chaos, death, and fire. Although it was a black one, so I guess acid. But
Yeah, they do seem to have their own unique breath weapons, don't they? What is wrong, Velev? You look distracted. I understand that you and your friends clearly had to deal with the situation, but you are masters of your world. I would imagine this is not new. This happens often, does it not? Or is
just a fucking kid, man.
are you? He kind of
Well, I mean,
he kind of tugs at your beard a little bit. You didn't have that before the summer, did you?
no. But I think that was because of Scorch. I think his magic affected me, changed me a bit. Like kind of like how we maybe affected him. But I need to tell you all of the things that happened when we were gone. And I want to tell Tamlin and even Silverhand too, but I need to tell somebody because so much has happened and so much continues to happen every single day. I'm afraid I'm going to forget something really important. So if you have a little bit of time, I need to tell you what happened.
Well, let me
I
grab.
don't even understand some of it, so.
Let me grab some of my scribes, and we'll get busy. Tell me everything, Velev. And he kind of puts his arm around you, kind of like in a fatherly way. Kind of leads you into the lab where there's a small series of chairs. Sits you down, kind of points at a table, and you watch. It's just a tray of just snacks, nothing bad or good, just food. Probably doesn't even have flavor for you right now, but they can be munched on. Glasses of water, pitchers of beer placed there. Two young female Silverhand scribes kind of sit down nearby, and you can hear their journals begin to unfold. You can hear quills dipping into inkwells.
Are they cute?
What's your passive?
I mean, they're female.
17.
Yeah, I mean, they're not all that dissimilar from your age. They bear a striking resemblance to the Silverhand bloodline, so they're probably cousins or descendants of some sort.
Of Silverhand, not Velev.
Correct. Thank you, Meta Pigeon. Much appreciated.
Concentration
just
check
checking.
so I can keep focused. 18. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you're good.
I do an okay job. Yeah, I mean, should I do like an intelligence to see if I can retell as much as possible about what Scorch and I went through, the Beholder, skeleton, and
I
the
would say-
memories and all of that?
I would say Scorch's death has seared that information in your mind. You have no problem recollecting the entire thing because it was your last journey with him. It was that 4-month journey that also delivered you to your tribe and to see your elder and to get reconnected with your bearkin. Bert's probably not wrong. You've aged, both in physical and a kind of like a mental sense, a maturity sense. For the first time, as you begin to recollect the ruins of Candle Keep, the ruins of the vault, the strange items and the strange things that you witnessed that were obviously normal things some centuries before. The tooth that you gave Arena, conversation you had with your elder, all those things are seared in your mind. That was an amazing journey.
Books for Kai and Apollo
Yeah.
and Gulshaw.
And as the scribes are busy as you retell this tale, you almost don't even realize it. You watch as some of the individuals stop and they're like leaning on brooms or they're kind of holding empty barrels and just everybody's just like spellbound by the tale as you spin this tale of traveling to a great vast ocean, traveling to this cliff that was just a ruination of a building, not even recognizable, and the descent down into the vault.
Scorch did this one move where he'd roll and flip and dive down the cliff backwards.
There's like a
Thought it was gonna
laughter.
fall off.
There's like a laughter and a giggle from around. Even one of the scribes kind of hides their smile briefly. There's still something
Looking
about
at you
those
with new,
items.
happy eyes.
There's still something about those items that you retrieved that you're still not sure if they've been fully revealed. I love it when Apollo falls asleep like super close to the camera. I almost feel like I just want to put my finger right on his nose.
Open up the lids. Open up the eyelids a little bit there.
No, I want to put the
Hello.
I want to put the River Styx
Wake
tokens. I want to put the River
up.
Styx coins on his eyes. May you pass uncontested. May the boatman give you gentle repose.
Let me ferry you across the river Styx.
That experience is recorded in detail. Everything about it. Everybody listens intently until you finally finish the story with returning to the mercantile and that final conversation you had with Scorch. You find yourself pouring out your heart, and before you realize it, you're telling the entire story up to that point that you were standing in front of the residence and watching the just arcanic explosion out in the distance, the vaporization of the Titan, and the echo of Scorch's words in your mind. It was definitely worth it, Valev. The room is just like silent. People realize you've kind of finished the end of your story as the last sign of daylight begins to kind of filter through the windows. An ache in your stomach, an ache in your chest, unfamiliar ache. Well, that was quite a tale, Valev. Thank you for sharing it. You watch as everyone kind of filters away, kind of shaking their head, and one of the scribes even rubs at her eye as she rubs away a tear. The books and billfolds, journals all closed shut. Would you like a copy?
Yeah.
We'll have one sent to you tomorrow. Will you be at the Chimera Mercantile or Chimera Fort?
I don't know.
Mercantile
I've
doesn't have a top half.
been sleeping outside lately.
Well, winter's coming, and it's going to be a cold one, Valev. When you go back to your friends, let them know that Lord Silverhand would like an audience with them. There is a need for a conversation. Celebration will come later, but questions that need answering, hard choices that need making. And he just kind of picks you up off your chair, kind of dusts you off a little bit, straightens your tunic, and kind of tugs at your beard a little bit. I remember when you came to me as a young lad helping me find these relics, Valev. Me and Tamlin owe so much to you. You and your friends helped us bring Silverhand back. And his influence has been so important. None of this would be here now without you and your friends. I know it's easy to lose sight of that from time to time. A world as violent and scary as this one has been for so long, you could almost stare straight ahead and see that tiny little glimmer, tiny light at the end of a very long hallway. Hold on to that, Valev. Hold on to that. We need that more now than you can imagine. And he kind of walks with you towards the door. The two of you stare across because the way his door at the tunnel or in the tower kind of exits and then the stairs go down out onto the pathways below. It's a perfect line of sight out to where that still, like, magical eruption is still bubbling and coalescing out there in the far distance. I still don't know how long that's going to last, but makes me feel good every time I see it. I know had he not sacrificed himself, things could have gone very horribly, Belev. There are forces at work here that we do not yet fully comprehend, but we will figure it out. Now,
sometimes hope that I mean, I want to go see if there's anything left.
we will
I know
get
it's
our
crazy,
chance. We will get our chance. Belev, sleep. You've earned it. Sleep and rest. And in a few days, we will meet at Silverhand's. We will discuss what to do next. For now, rest is needed.
The way things are going, we might not have a few days.
Understood. And you watch as Vert kind of turns to walk back inside. I do have a question for you, young Belev. Excuse me, Master Belev. Tamlin did express a bit of curiosity about that tooth that you gave young Arena. Do you think the two of you can see us tomorrow morning and bring that, please?
Yeah, I think she was gonna try and like have a sword or something made out of it, but
Yes, I understand her intents, but Tamlin seemed very interested. He came across a book.
I think it was a beholder, Zalathar, Xanatar, something like, I don't know. He said his name, but
you told us his name while the scribes were taking your notes.
I blanked out. I like blacked out for a minute.
Fair enough. Well, Tamlin's found a book of interest. Get some sleep. Bring us the tooth tomorrow so that we can discuss it. And then if we cannot wait the days needed for everybody to rest before we talk to Lord Silverhand and the others, that's understood. But for now, I think we've all earned a break. I will send men, and I will send all that I can to help make repairs and deal with young Lady Silverhand. It sounds like she may have gone through a bit of trauma. May need some help.
A little bit.
Vert goes back inside the tower. You just stand there, Belev, staring at this wasted city. People still injured, being carried about, temporary tents going up, wagons of soup kitchens going in different directions. The one thing you can't help notice, and it kind of brings a little bit of warmth to you, they're all smiling. They're determined. And that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Aww.
Well, between
I just wanted to have a
Ivar's
quick
severe
moment,
pain points.
Yeah, I think Derek wanted to talk to Kai really quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? Okay, we'll do that real quick. Derek, you're up in Kai's quarters. The guards let you in. We'll say this happened simultaneous with what was going on with Belev and Goldshaw's speech down below.
You gonna be all right?
I don't know. That was a lot.
Yeah, it was.
I won't be touching anything like that ever again.
I hope not. But there's something that you probably have to do. And I'll put the bag of the tokens on her dresser. That's what we recovered from the incident. One of the remaining Dragonborns is somewhere in the castle. I'll
Yes.
leave you to it.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your help, and tell the others I'm sorry.
All right.
And
I'm
that's what we'll finish tonight, as Derek lays about 100,000 pounds of guilt right in Kai's lap.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
geez.
will
Hey, remember all
deserve
those
guilt.
people you slaughtered? Here's a little
Hey,
memento
I'm
of
not
all of
doing
them
it
for
to
you
be a
to-
dick, all right? I'm doing it
I
because
imagine her
she needs-
fishing through them, and they're all like coagulated together.
Oh God, no! I'll make sure they're clean before I return them.
Oh my
That's what I am doing tonight,
goodness.
cleaning them.
Well, we're definitely in the main arc now, folks. Definitely in the main arc now.
I did want that to be a little longer, but I guess since we were pressed for time, I'm like, all right, I'll wrap it up quick. There you go. Wanted to have a big
Yeah.
old emotional moment, heart to heart with Kai. You know, we kind of went through the same thing, being possessed, all that yada yada crap.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
hey, everybody, thank you
I
for
feel
joining
it.
us tonight. I know it's late for our East Coast friends. It's actually early
there-
for our European folks.
Is there someone we can raid?
We have people watching
Um,
from Europe.
we actually sometimes we do, yeah. I could check. Let me see. Scabby's up late. UST just signed off. Roll for Bull is on. They're actually pretty funny. And yeah, my sound alert's not working, so I don't know. It's probably offline right now. So let me double check.
5:02 Greenwich Mean Time.
5:02
October
Greenwich
12th.
Mean Time. Let's
October
let's
12th.
go ahead and
They're in the
raid.
future.
Yes, they're in the future right now.
They're
We're in the past.
Quick, get the lottery numbers.
Yeah, we should ask.
Yeah. Hey, future. What's the winning lottery
Hey everybody,
numbers?
thanks for joining us. Hang out for a raid, earn a little extra points. Go say hi to Roll for Bull, some friends of ours. Brandon actually knows them personally. He plays in our
Nice.
Debtor's Gambit, and they play a very unique system for D&D. I like it. Dragon Lords, I believe, is what they do. So hang out, have some fun. Stay safe, be kind, play a game. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. Thank
guys.
you.
Everyone.
Bye.